Round 1, fight!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tournament Fights. This is Tournament Fights Battles. This is our spinoff show for our regular show Tournament Fights. So how it works is we have 4 people that all put in 16 things into the tournament, and then we're gonna duke it out until we crown a grand champion. And tonight the topic is our favorite actors of all time. We actually have 5 people joining us. One person we called the spectator person because we can only have 4 people submit. The other one, the 5th person, their vote counts just as much as the rest of us, but they get to critique all of our picks and see if they agree or disagree with all of our picks, and it will be revealed as we go on. They're all a surprise. Nobody knows anything in advance besides me because I had to obviously create this thing. So, but anyways, let's jump into it. I will introduce our guest for tonight. We have one of my co-hosts tonight, Austin Pez Howell. How's it going? Hey, leg up.
Acting.
Yeah, right.
Like John Lovitz.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Acting. Yeah, right. You gotta like shout it out. Yeah.
Good to be here, man. Let's do this.
Yeah. And then we have one of our other co-hosts who hasn't been with us lately because he's had a crazy work schedule. So I know how that goes. My work just jumped into busy season, but we have Chris Scott, Casablanca kid.
70 plus hours a week. It's a good time.
Yeah, right.
The beard's getting long. Look at this stuff.
Yeah, who's this bearded stranger? Get this guy out of here.
Yeah. And check out this Ninja Turtle shirt.
Nice.
Crate.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude. This is
Loot
the
crate
first shirt that I got from my loot crate. I've got the next one's supposed to ship in December, so we'll see.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah. This is my first time wearing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But then we have a couple people joining us from the opposite side of the world from us. We have Malcolm Lay. How's it going?
Good.
Welcome. All right. And then we also have Richie Goodacre. How's it going?
Yeah, good man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I think it's my third one in a row. I'm part of the furniture now.
Yeah. You threw one in a row, so yeah, you're becoming a bit of a regular. So yeah, we like that around here when we can find good, solid guests because our show thrives on having really great guests. So, but yeah, so Austin is probably the most experienced one here in the co-host for tonight. Do you want to break down how it's going to work for everyone watching?
Yeah, so this isn't really for any of our panelists because all of our panelists have been on tournament fights before. You guys all know how it works. You guys all know that it's all about quick votes, rapid fire voting. The length of this show depends on how well we stick to those quick votes and how long we go. Since this is Tournament Fights Battles, Jordan, myself, Malcolm, and Richie all submitted our 16 favorite actors or actresses and some alternates just in case of crossovers. And they were throwing them all into a randomized March Madness bracket here. We're going to see who comes out on top, and we'll kind of reveal who picked who as we go along here. And I think Jordan said in the private thing, we only had maybe 3 or 4 or 5 crossovers, not too many. Like, actually didn't have to do too many alternates. Yeah, not that many, just a few, which is surprising.
It was the least amount of alternates we ever had to do. There's a couple of people who didn't have to do any alternates, so that was kind of nice.
Nice. So everybody should have most of their top picks in here somewhere, and we'll see who emerges as the king or queen of Hollywood.
Yeah. So we're gonna see who collectively our favorite actor of all time is.
Question for you, as a spectator. So obviously I get to vote. But you said something about I also get to kind of rate or kind of say what my thoughts are on people's picks.
Yeah. So you can give your thoughts, and then also like usually we'll just give maybe like like tournament fights goes a little faster, so it's like between 10 to 20 seconds. You can just have a quick little thought.
Okay.
And then also too, we're gonna try out a new thing tonight. After the first round finishes, if we have any honorable mentions that some of our actors that didn't make the list, we can shout them out. Then I'll kind of let you know when that time is. And then Chris, as a spectator, you have your top 5 actors that you want to mention. You can just throw them out there at that time. So yeah. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump into
get rolling here.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll reveal the first matchup here, and just for everyone watching real quick. So hopefully there's no technical difficulties. Hopefully there no like doubles. Anyone like any pictures missing, because I did have a little bit of a struggle putting this all together, making it format right. I think I have it 100% correct. And also I spent about 6 hours in the chair because I had a super busy day. Usually I'll like split it up, like all the prep between multiple days. But for this one, I had to do it all in one day because I had a super busy work schedule. So because of that, I'm gonna eat my dinner while we do this. So I'm gonna have some curry chicken. So if you wonder what that is, that's what it is. So, but anyways, a little bit of behind the scenes, but let's get into this. Let's see, zoom in out once. There we go. All right, so we got Will Smith going up against Ben Affleck, and we'll just go around the horn as we usually do it, and then if it's your person that's on the list, then you can just shout it out, and you can say this one's mine, and if it's yours, you're welcome to like take an extra 10-20 seconds if you would like to just speak a little more about him if you want. So, but we'll go ahead and
start down with Richie.
Yeah, start at the bottom of the ladder. So, which one you like more? Which one you want to vote for?
Okay, this was actually tougher than it maybe seems on paper. I think Ben Affleck gets gets a lot of shit for not being a great actor, but I think especially in recent times, he's shown that he can deliver. Will Smith is always entertaining, no matter what he's in. Even if the movie's bad, he's okay, and he's the best part in it. I'm gonna by a hair. I'm gonna say Will Smith.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
You want to vote for him?
Yeah, so Will Smith was on my list. I love all of his movies. Like he does have a few that's definitely lower on the totem pole. There's probably a handful I haven't seen yet, but Ben Affleck, I like he's a great actor, but I'm gonna have to go Will Smith on this.
Yeah. Chris?
So I'm actually gonna kind of surprise myself here. So like I love Will Smith a lot. I think he's an amazing actor. He's been in some iconic TV shows, great movies. But I kind of feel like Ben Affleck has kind of started to finally kind of surprise me, like with the Batman movie, with some of the other movies he's done since. Forever, I kind of felt like he was kind of wooden. Argo, I felt like kind of showed that, okay, maybe he isn't wooden. Maybe he actually can act. So I'm going to actually have to go with Ben Affleck on this one.
Direct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I think Ben Affleck was my pick. He's number 3 on my list. I just think everything he does is interesting between the directing and the acting. He's been on fire the last decade. I mean, you think about The Accountant or Gone Girl or, like you said, Argo or the Batman stuff. Like, he's just been great. Like, everything he's been doing has been interesting and fun and original. And I think Will Smith's kind of faded the last 10 years. So I just saw that trailer for that Venus and Serena Williams movie that he's going to be like the dad in, and it looks cringe-inducing. Like, it kind of looks bad.
Really?
So I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, like, he looks horrible in it.
Huh?
Like, he's like overacting. It's really bad. So Ben Affleck is my vote. It's my pick.
Yeah, this one's tough for me because, like, I feel like Will Smith just kind of started his career out with a bang with The Fresh Prince, and then he went on to Independence Day and like Enemy of the State, some of those earlier ones. But then he's kind of faded off recently. Like, he hasn't been someone I've been as into recently. But then it was kind of been the opposite for me for for Ben Affleck. Like he kind of started out his career slow for me, I think, and then like recently he's been awesome. So it's just tough. I mean, just kind of like if you were to like put the like top couple of movies of Ben Affleck in front of me and the top couple of movies of Will Smith, which one I want to watch one. I think by a fraction of a hair, I'm going to go with Will Smith. I think so, just by a little bit. So.
All right. So you're voting for Will Smith? Just wanted to be clear. Because you kind of seemed like you're about to vote for Ben, and then you voted for Will, like the way you were talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Voting for Will Smith.
All right, so 3-2 for Will Smith.
Okay. Will Smith. Moving on. All right. All right. Coming up next, we got Aaron Paul going up against Chris Farley.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So like this is totally randomized. So this is just the luck of the randomizer. So and this time we'll start with Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean this one is interesting. Just for the fact I haven't seen a lot of the movies these people have been in. But I'm probably going to go. I'm probably going to go. I'm probably going to go. Aaron Paul because he was racist guy in Van Wilder.
Yeah. I totally forgot about that role too. Yeah, but Chris, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Like I love Chris Farley, but he doesn't compare to Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Aaron Paul is like a step above Chris Farley by far. Breaking Bad, one of the greatest shows, and getting to meet him like we did, one of the nicest human beings. And went on to do Need for Speed. And I'd forgotten that movie you were talking about as well, Malcolm, that I'd been in there. But yeah, absolutely Aaron Paul.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
Whose picks were these? Because Chris Farley was one of my alternates, but not one of my high alternates.
They're both my picks. We just haven't got to me yet. They're both.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Regardless, I'll go Chris Farley because like Breaking Bad's great, but everything Aaron Paul's done movie wise has been pretty mediocre at best. So Chris Farley.
Yeah. And was all set to vote Aaron Paul because I'm from Idaho, and so is Aaron Paul. But then you just said that, Austin. You said like everything else he's done has been pretty mediocre, and like when you think about it, like it kind of has been. Like he's great in
But like, what's he done since Breaking Bad? Nothing.
Yeah, I kind of liked him in like the third season of Westworld, maybe. But like but like beyond that though, like nothing's really like stood out to me. Like even some that had high hopes for, like that movie 999. It was like a really cool cop movie with like a bunch of like Cypress Hill music and stuff. But like even that one was kind of a letdown for me. So I think I gotta go with Chris Farley. Yeah. So Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, like Aaron Paul's good. He's great. But I don't think he's broken out of that the Breaking Bad kind of entity yet. I just when I see him in a movie, I just see Jesse from Breaking Bad. I mean, Chris Farley just sort of obviously just plays sort of the same sort of you sort of play the same sort of character, but yeah, I think Chris Farley plays sort of the same sort of character, but like he is sort of more memorable in movies for me. So and has had had more iconic movies so far. So I'm gonna go Chris Farley.
All right.
Yeah,
another close one, but it's 3-2 for Chris Farley. Yeah, just by a hair.
All right. Yeah. Like I've noticed too that like when I was putting this whole thing together, it's like, man, like it doesn't matter like how the matchups go. This is going to be tough all the way around. Like it might be one of our tougher brackets that we've ever done so far. So, but coming up next, we got Florence Pugh going up against Drew Barrymore. Got a female matchup. So, and we're going to start with Chris.
I mean, Florence Pugh looks familiar, but I don't remember anything really with her. And I know Drew Barrymore is amazing, so I got to go. Drew Barrymore.
Fighting with My Family, and then
Fighting with Family was good. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think definitely Drew Barrymore. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Austin, what do you think?
Just because I don't know or can distinguish Florence Pugh from a whole lot, I'm just going to vote for Drew Barrymore quickly. I just don't know enough about Florence.
Yeah. Well, this one's tough because Florence Pugh's probably only been in the acting game like maybe 10 years or something like that, and like Drew Barrymore's been in there for a long time. So, I mean, and Florence Pugh's great. Like I know she's been in a lot more than just Fighting with My Family. I just can't think of anything else off the
Black Widow recently.
My head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Black Widow. Yeah.
Wow, she was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like, I feel like maybe if we give her another 5 years or so to kind of get a few more roles in and to kind of see what
she was
does
apparently in
on-screen a little
Father
more.
of the Bride part.
Oh, the third one. Yeah, they did a little like
Yeah.
they're like part 3, like the online little thing that they did. Yeah.
And she was in the
But
computer.
Okay.
Mhm.
But I gotta go with Drew Barrymore though. Richie, who you got?
Just out of curiosity, whose picks were these? Because I know Drew Barrymore was my alternate.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten to me yet. They're both mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, that's how it's been
Cool.
working.
So, fair enough. Well, yeah, Drew Barrymore. But I like Florence too. But like as you said, she's sort of new. I think she's got a lot more to offer. Drew Barrymore's got a bigger resume, and some of the movies are pretty. But like I've always, I think I had her on my ultimate because she's sort of my first sort of celeb crush sort of thing. I got this sort of, I think she's gonna, I don't know. I Charlie's Angels is one of my guilty pleasures. It's not a great movie, but I like watching it. So so I'm gonna go Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, these are both my picks. Well, I'm pretty sure at this point, Drew Barrymore was making it in. There's nothing I say is going to change that. But I'm glad. I'm going to. That's all right. But I'm going to go Florence Pugh on this because, and this is purely because, everything she's done in the last year or so has been spectacular. So if she keeps pulling these punches, she's going to go far. And she's also my celebrity crush as well. So I wasn't going to vote against her.
I totally forgot she was in freaking Midsummer. Can I change my vote? That was an incredible role. Like for that movie alone, I would literally change my vote if you're right with that. But, yeah, because Midsummer was amazing. It was so good.
I mean,
I don't understand liking Little Women. I know we're not talking about Little Women here, but I'm like, why? I would rather watch Ball than Little Women. Yeah,
I was actually really surprised by it because I worked at a movie theater at the time, saw it for free. But yeah.
But Drew Barrymore is going to get the rub on this one. A little off Florence Pugh, but
yeah. Even if I switch my vote, she won't go through. So it's fine. But next we have Karen Gillan went up against Seth Rogen. Kind of interesting matchup. So this time we start with Austin, right?
Yeah, with me. Yeah. I like Karen Gillan. She's actually, she's really good in those two roles that are there. Jumanji and Guardians of the Galaxy. She's a lot of fun. But I feel like I've kind of taken a journey with Seth Rogen, just seeing him, just be like kind of a supporting guy and 40-year-old version and stuff, and then become like a leading man. And he always kind of delivers some good laughs. So I'll go with Seth.
Yeah, and for me, surprisingly, I think I'm actually going to go with Karen Gillan. And funny enough, I had a chance to meet her at a Comic-Con, but I didn't know who she was at the time. That I think it was like post the first Guardians of the Galaxy, or just well, that's all she done. She was like the robot girl from Guardians of the Galaxy, and I just but over time though, Jumanji or Oculus, I went back and watched that. She really impresses me, and she's one of my major celebrity crushes too. So I have a lot of love for Seth Rogen, but I think I'm going to vote Karen Gillan in this one. Richie? What do you think?
Yeah, Karen Gillan's cool. You know, she's really good in Jumanji, and yeah, she was really good recently in was it Gunpowder Milkshake. But yeah, probably similar to what Pez was saying. I've seen more of Seth Rogen's movies, like sort of, you know, I watched his movies throughout sort of high school and out my 20s. So, and I've always dug most of his movies, maybe except for Observe and Report.
Yeah.
But anyway,
That's one of my top
yeah,
64.
oh really? But yeah, but
Love that movie.
There's differing opinions about R-rated Paul Blart Mall Cop aside. I will.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, get out of here! Get out of here, Richie.
I'll vote for Seth Rogen. Look, I'm voting for the same person. I'm voting for this guy you're voting for. We're on the same side.
I know.
Yep. And also forgot to mention Karen Gillan was my pick too, so that's why she's there. So, Malcolm, what you got?
Yeah, are all my picks on the same side of the bracket? Does Seth Rogen respond?
Hey, there was one,
Maybe so.
Malcolm. There was one where like 14 out of 16. Like I think it was the band's ones. Where all mine were on the other side. So like it took forever to get to any of mine. So it can happen.
But with that, for the same reason most of you were sort of voting against Florence Pugh in the last one, I'm glad we go Seth Rogen here because, like, Karen Gillan's only really not really done a lot in the last 10 years. Like, she's been Nebula for a good chunk of that. She's been in Jumanji, but outside of those and Doctor Who, she really hasn't done a lot. But I probably wouldn't have voted against Seth Rogen anyway. But Seth Rogen, I love all his movies. He's really funny. So yeah.
Yeah. So with that, wait, no, Chris, you got a vote, right? Yeah.
I'm probably gonna be the odd for like I like Seth Rogen. Okay, I don't hate Seth Rogen, but there are some movies like This Is the End or whatever the hell that movie was, where I literally just wasted my life. Like he does solid stuff, and then just like the hell did I waste my life with? And I think Karen Gillan, yes, she's definitely limited in what she's done so far, but like she killed it in Doctor Who, and she absolutely killed it in the new the Jumanji movies, and she's incredible as Nebula. So absolutely Karen Gillan.
Yeah. Well, a little love for Karen Gillan, but in the end, Seth Rogen's moving on. So.
But a lot of close votes so far. No clean sweeps.
What was that one?
Yeah.
3-2. We've had several 3-2 so far. So it's all been pretty close.
All right.
Nothing unanimous yet. So we'll see if we get to any unanimous votes.
Well, up next we have Philip Seymour Hoffman going up against Mark Hamill. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
This is interesting.
All right.
I'm up
Jordan,
first.
you're up first. Yep.
Well, I'm just someone who's never really cared for Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like I recognize that he's a great actor, but like it's just mostly like the roles that he chooses that like I'm just not really into those type of movies. The only one that I really liked was when he was in Twister and he played like the kind of jokey guy from Twister. I thought that was a lot of fun, but like some of his other ones like Capote and like some of these Pirate Radio and like all like some of these other movies, I'm just like they're not really for me. But like Mark Hamill, like I love everything that he does from Star Wars to playing the Joker to just like little cameos even and like where he pops up here and there like in the Kingsman and things like that. Like he's always fun to see. And I gotta go to a panel and hear him live and do a panel at a Comic-Con that I went to, and he literally filled an entire stadium. He was so popular they couldn't do it in the normal room that they do all their big panels in. I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they had to go to where the Utah Jazz play just for his panel. And it's the only time they've ever had to do that for that Comic-Con, so it's crazy. So I'm going to vote Mark Hamill.
Richie?
Well, Jordan, wash your mouth out. So because Philip Seymour Hoffman is my pick, and I think he's fantastic in everything he's in. Even like movies that aren't so great, like Patch Adams, he's good in like the supporting role. I think he's like I think he's obviously lost too soon. I just think he's just got this great every like when he recites dialogue, you want to listen every. He just has this captivating presence about him, and you want to listen. And he's just and he can. It's like he becomes the character. Like Truman Capote, he's just amazing. Mark Hamill's great. I like Mark Hamill, but only so I feel like Philip Seymour Hoffman has a bit bigger resume because I feel like when I'm thinking about Hamill, I just think of Luke Skywalker and Joker. I mean, like he's been in other stuff, obviously, but yeah, like, and I respect him, and I think he's great, but I'm going to go Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, sounds good. Malcolm, what you got here?
Yeah, this is tough. Mark Hamill's my pick, but yeah, I'm probably going to go Philip Seymour Hoffman though, because like what Richie said, like with Mark Hamill, like he is mostly Star Wars and Joker. While he's had other roles here and there, like he was the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play reboot, which I enjoyed. But Philip Seymour Hoffman was one of my top 100 favorite movies of all time, which may or may not appear in a few weeks. Patch Adams, so I'm going to go Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So while you guys went back and forth about this, I had a chance to actually look back and look at his filmography. Holy shit. Like, literally, like, I was like, wow, he was in Mission Impossible. Seriously, he played such a good freaking villain. Just sinister as hell. And so many other incredible roles. Yeah. So I got to go with Philip Seymour Hoffman. Absolutely.
Yeah. Austin?
Which is hard because I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your girl. I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna hurt her. Then I'm gonna kill you right in front of her. Like, yeah, he's great in Mission Impossible 3. He's awesome. And the Master, holy shit, the Master if you can go toe to toe with Joaquin Phoenix, like both on fire, like on the top of their game. I like Mark Hamill, but he's nowhere in the same league as Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like his voice acting is great, but like Philip Seymour Hoffman's like one of the A-list actors that we lost too soon, man. So I'm gonna go with Hoffman.
Yeah. Well, with that, Philip Seymour Hoffman's moving on. All right. So up next, we got Brendan Fraser going up against Tobin Bell.
Yes, Tobin Bell. Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. So, Richie, I believe you're up first.
This is like if you ask me who I'd be, if I were to predict who I'd be like voting for, like who would be toe to toe in the fight, I would never say in a million years I wouldn't say Brendan Fraser versus Tobin Bell.
Really random.
Look, I'm gonna look. I recognize maybe like Tobin Bell when it comes down to it's probably the better actor, but I'm gonna go with Brendan Fraser just because I've seen him in more stuff. He's like, again, it's quite a nostalgia thing. It's part of my childhood, like George of the Jungle, The Mummy, and which I still think is a great franchise. Great franchise. And just things, even like really bad movies that I still watch, like Bedazzled. Tobin Bell, I just know him from Saw, so and he's great in it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Malcolm, what do you think?
Tobin Bell was on my list. And look, I love Tobin Bell's Jigsaw. And I mean, there's definitely a few movies I actually didn't realize it was in until I actually looked back. I was like, that was him, because he was the parole officer in Goodfellas.
What?
Well, it's a non-speaking blink and you miss it part. Like literally, he's on the screen for about 3 seconds, escorting De Niro to a hearing. Like it's blink and you miss it. But yeah, he's in there.
But yeah, I mean, outside of that, like he's been in a lot of sort of lesser known horror movies and just a little smaller roles. So I do have to grudgingly go Brendan Fraser on this, because I do love his filmography, and he's great in Bedazzled, so yeah.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
Brendan Fraser's fun. He made a lot of fun movies like The Mummy, as you said, George of the Jungle. But I mean, overall, I recently bought the Saw series because of Tobin Bell. I was excited to see Spiral, even though I knew, because of Tobin Bell's character and what he did to that series. Tobin Bell is scary as hell. He's just like captivating on a screen. Absolutely, Tobin Bell.
Yeah. Austin?
Well, I might be one of the biggest, Saw fans on the planet, and I've met Tobin Bell, and I've got an 8x10 with Tobin Bell. However, I might be a bigger fan of The Mummy, and I love Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser's awesome. He's just he's so great. I'm so glad he's kind of having somewhat of a resurgence now with some of his TV stuff and things. So I've always been a fan of the guy. I'll go with Brendan on this one.
Yeah, and for me, Tobin Bell, obviously known for Jigsaw, but then just like random cameos, he pops up in a bunch of kind of like B-level horror movies and stuff, just all over the place. But Brendan Fraser's awesome though. I mean, Encino Man, we haven't mentioned, and Blast from the Past is one of my guilty pleasure movies. And the Mummy movies, just even The Scout that I watched recently, or School Ties. It was a fun actor to watch, and it's one of my picks because it's all of his movies. You don't really think of them as any of the great top movies, but it's when every time that I watch one though, I always have a lot of fun. Even Journey to the Center of the Earth, that's another one that just came to my head. But yeah, I always have a lot of fun watching it, and so yeah, I'm gonna go with Brendan Fraser.
All right, well, 4-1 for Brendan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moving on to Steve Carell going up against Rick Moranis.
All
All right.
Malcolm is up first.
Yeah, this is low-key tough for me because, unfortunately, Rick Moranis is one of those ones that was really great in pretty much most of the 80s and a little bit of because he was only in that one decade, essentially. He did spill in a little bit into the 90s, but then he decided to retire, and that, which is nothing against him either. He probably had his reasons. But unfortunately, Steve Carell's been in a lot more of my favorite movies, so I do have to go Steve Carell over Rick.
Yeah.
Well, Chris?
I mean, Rick Moranis was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and I love that movie. But beyond that, I have a hard time thinking of what else he was actually in. I mean, for the sole purpose, let alone that Steve Carell was in The Office, which is such an incredible show. No, let alone so many good movies. I got to go with Steve Carell.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, Rick Moranis is my pick, and when I threw him on the list, it was kind of like a last-minute addition because I just started thinking about everything he's in. He's great. He's never been bad in anything he was ever in, ever. Even bad movies, he was the best part of them. Big Bully with him and Tom Arnold, he's good in that movie. Even The Flintstones, he's good in that movie. And you go back and look at Little Shop of Horrors and Spaceballs and the Ghostbusters movies and Parenthood and My Blue Heaven. He's always great. He's always great.
Little Giants, all that.
Yeah, he's always good. And so he just always makes me smile, and I'm so glad he's kind of coming out of retirement pretty soon to do the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show thing. So I'm looking forward to see him. So yeah, easily my vote goes to Rick Moranis.
Can I change my vote?
Sure, you can change your vote.
I'm going to go with Rick Moranis. Absolutely.
Mine. It's not been finalized yet, and until it's finalized.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going with Rick.
Yeah, this one's kind of tough for me too because I have a lot of love for Rick Moranis. Just all the movies that you mentioned, Austin, are just awesome. But then Steve Carell's great too because he does comedy so well. And for me, he pretty much carries The Office. Without Steve Carell, I thought The Office was kind of a joke. It wasn't really that good after he left. It was okay, but it was way better with Steve Carell. And then even some of his dramatic stuff, like Foxcatcher, was a really crazy role for him, or The Big Short, or some of those more dramatic movies that he's been in. But then a lot of comedy too. like Little Miss Sunshine, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. You know, like he's a breakout star from Bruce Almighty that got his own spinoff because he was so good in that movies. So it's pretty tough, and like I don't know, like man, like this is probably the toughest matchup for me, but I think, man, I gotta go Steve Carell by a razor thin margin. I think, but yeah, but I will not be mad if Rick Moranis wins. But Richie, what do you think?
Who was Steve Carell's pick, by the way? Just curious.
Oh, he was my pick. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's good. Good, because I also had something. But you know, I look, this is actually pretty tough. You know, Rick Moranis is like the the sort of comedy icon of like the '80s and stuff like that. And you know, Steve Carell has been in a lot of great things, but simply just purely because I think I've seen maybe Steve Carell in more sort of movies outside of the comedy genre, and also you mentioned Foxcatcher. I think he's fantastic in that role, and yeah, he showed it. You know, he's got dramatic chops as well. So by a hair as well, I'm going to say Steve Carell.
Yeah. Well, what are the votes?
3-2. 3-2 for Steve.
Yeah. All right, Steve Carell. Moving on. All right. All right. And I think he went there. Yeah. Okay. So next we got Matthew McConaughey going up against Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. Okay.
Yeah.
And Chris is up first.
Yeah.
I like Anna Kendrick. I think she's ridiculously talented, and I think she's gorgeous. But I mean, just based on his performance in The Gentleman alone, I gotta vote McConaughey forward. That movie was flipping fantastic, and he was so good. McConaughey.
Yeah. Austin?
I think McConaughey was my pick. It's a little lower on my list, but I think it's on my 16. Yeah, dude, just he's been bringing it like there. I know there's like this whole reconnaissance thing, but even you go back to the 90s with like Amistad and A Time to Kill, like he's been good forever, like since he's been starting. Like he's great.
Yeah.
And you know, even that Texas Chainsaw movie I made Jordan watch, like he's great in that movie, like because he knows exactly what he is and he steals it. Like he's always good. It's a little tough because Anna Kendrick is one of my celebrity crushes, like ever since I saw her in Up in the Air. But I gotta stick with McConaughey. He's the man.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. So right about the movie Up in the Air. That movie really surprised me. That was a pretty fun movie. And like, for the most part, though, I just know Anna Kendrick from like Pitch Perfect or like Twilight or like some of these movies that just aren't for me. Like, but she does have the occasional like Up in the Air, which also in Scott Pilgrim. So that one's fun. But like Matthew McConaughey, man, like his filmography just goes on and on and on. And like some of the things that he's done for certain roles, you know, like even in The Wolf of Wall Street and like Dallas Buyers Club, like he just really brings it hard. And like, but like he just see the versatility because he does all these like really great dramatic roles. But then he's been in some rom-coms. Just for the rom-com fans, he's the guy that like everyone knows for like taking his shirt off and the all right, and like all that stuff. And like he's iconic. Like I just feel like he's like one of the most iconic actors working today. So, and also he's a big Texas Longhorns fan, and I used to live in Texas, and like for that time period, I was kind of like a bandwagon University of Texas fan, and like. Like it made it so much fun because like it was like Texas football and like everyone in the town got into it, so it kind of got me into it. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Matthew McConaughey. Richie, what do you think?
Yeah, this is tough for me as well because Anna Kendrick's one of my more recent celebrity crushes. I think she's great in everything she's in. Even there's a little movie called Mr. Right. It's really good. She's in. She's good. I'll check that out. But look, I think Matthew McConaughey is great, and he's obviously he was he's always been good, but he used to be typecast as the dude to, take his shirt off and being and being rom-coms and being this sort of surfer-looking dude. He was literally in a movie called Surfer Dude, I think Matthew McConaughey it's shown is really great. I think from the Lincoln he had this reconnaissance from the Lincoln lawyer on. He's just been on point. So I'm gonna say Matthew McConaughey, but I really like Anakin.
And also, you can't forget Matthew McConaughey as the voice of Lincoln Cars, they're really introspective, just kind of talking to himself in those commercials. The commercials always make me laugh every time. but Malcolm, who you got?
Yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey is just all right. But
All right.
someone had to do it.
Yeah, right. Yep, exactly.
But I love Anna Kendrick was on my list. I love everything she's been in. Like the Twilight franchise is one of my guilty pleasure series. And we can't forget that she was in Scott Pilgrim. So I'm going to go Anna Kendrick. I can never forgive McConaughey for the beach bum.
Yeah, sure. It was pretty bad. He's been in some really odd movies. Yeah, right. I don't know if anyone can name the Matthew McConaughey movie where he's in there with a bunch of little people and running around with a bunch of them. It's a really odd, weird movie. I forget the name of it, but look into that. He's in a movie with a bunch of little people. I don't know, and it's a really odd, weird movie. but anyways, so Matthew McConaughey moves on pretty handily, and then up next we got Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I know who you're talking.
No, that's Kristen Stewart.
Speaking of Twilight.
Yeah. I believe you're up first, Austin.
Yeah, I'm up first. I don't fault Kristen Stewart for Twilight. She's definitely better than that material, much like Robert Pattinson. Because if you see her in some of her other stuff, even recently, I'm a big fan of that underwater horror movie that she did. But despite that, I'll still go with Hugh Jackman just because I think he's he always gives 100%, even in movies that are not the greatest. I'll go with him just by a little bit, but I don't hate Kristen Stewart.
Yeah. For me, this one's hands down the easiest matchup of the tournament so far. I can't stand Kristen Stewart. I think she's a horrible actress. She can't act to save her life. She's just totally monotone. Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah. Hey. All right. Or she doesn't really put any feeling or any acting. She's it feels like all the roles that she's done, I could do it better than her. So she just really annoyed me on in every role she's been in. So sorry for whoever put her in. I'm not a fan of hers at all. She'd be in my top 16 worst actors of all time. But Hugh Jackman was my pick, and I think he's freaking brilliant as an actor. He just brings it at 1,000% every single time. Like Wolverine. That's all you need to say. If you just said Wolverine alone, I think that he's the best fit for any superhero in the history of any superhero that's ever been portrayed. And just seeing him in so many different dramatic roles and Prisoners, that movie always blows me away every single time. And then he's done musicals, he can sing. He was in things like Les Mis and The Greatest Showman. He's done quite a wide range of different things. So I got to go with Hugh Jackman easily. Richie?
Jordan, me and you are getting off on the wrong foot in this episode.
Right.
I love Kristen Stewart's my pick. Kristen Stewart's my pick, and I think it's amazing. If you're judging, I will say, if you're judging it purely based on Twilight makes bad actors out of all that. The material working with makes the kind of inhibits their performance.
Even things like Adventureland or American Ultra, I thought she was horrible.
No, you got to watch stuff like Still Alice or Clouds of Sils Maria. You got to see other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. you got to see other things like that she's in besides like the mainstream
Still
stuff.
Alice, yeah.
Personal shopper.
Even when she was
Yeah,
younger,
like
even when she was younger in
Yeah.
Panic Room.
Yeah, Panic Room. She was great in
Yeah,
Panic
like
Room.
she's amazing. So I mean, yeah, it's been I'm yeah, American Ultra. She's great, but I feel like if you're this sometimes Twilight clouds people's view of the people who are in that movie. Oh, this is pretty evil that you made me go up against a fellow Australian.
Yeah, right.
However,
From
because
Australia.
Hugh Jackman's great. However,
Who you gonna vote for?
I will go. I'll go with that and say Kristen Stewart, but
Ooh.
I won't be mad if.
Yeah.
I will go with my gut
Even
and
the
say
movie-
Kristen Stewart, but I won't be mad if Hugh Jackman goes for it.
Yeah. Well, even the movie Underwater, like I hated that movie. I thought it was trash garbage. Like I could not even
That movie's
watch it. Like
fucking awesome. I will not stand
I
for
don't
that.
know.
That movie's Lovecraft awesomeness. That movie's great.
Well, the movie that I turned off halfway through that I was just like I can't do it anymore. But also I'm not a fan of like underwater movies. Like look at like Jaws a lot less than most people, and like certain other like out to sea movies I'm not a huge fan of. But
That
anyways,
one's above water.
well still, but
Jordan's afraid of the ocean. He
Malcolm?
watched Jaws and
Yeah.
he's scared to go in the
Terrified
water.
of the
Yeah,
ocean.
it's okay.
He doesn't
He
wanna
can admit
die
it. He's
from
afraid of the
sharks.
ocean. Yeah, he doesn't want to die. It's okay to admit
He's
it.
an
It's
ocean
fine.
hater.
Yeah.
I even hate Titanic. So yeah, I'm just weird like that. But anyways, Malcolm, we'll let you go.
Right. Anyway, look, as I said earlier with Trailer, I do love Kristen Stewart. I think Kristen Stewart is a great actress. But unfortunately, I'm going to take Wolverine out of the picture for Hugh Jackman just because he's great in that. His movies outside of the X-Men franchise has also been great. Like you got Ken Leopold, you got Les Mis. Here was a movie 43. I'm voting Hugh Jackman.
Movie 43. The ball sack chin.
Yeah, movie 43 for the win. The movie's not that bad.
Yeah.
The movie is not as bad as people make it out to be.
Yeah.
The ball sack chin is a great reason to vote for Hugh Jackman. But
No.
can we talk about how much of a pile
I
of
don't know
shit
about
that a latest movie that he just dropped was? A Reminiscent or whatever? I wanted my
yeah.
wife back. Thankfully, I have HBO Max, so it didn't cost
was
me
bad.
anything. Only because I have AT&T. So that movie was a piece of trash. I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. I would have been pissed. But yes, Wolverine, fantastic. So many other incredible movies he's done. And I agree with you, Richie. I don't hate Kristen Stewart. Just like Jordan has a major haterade for Kristen Stewart. But
Only has one tone to her voice.
No, she doesn't. You have to watch something other than Twilight.
Legit.
Stop.
I have
Okay, you know what?
name like
Actually,
5 other movies that I hate her
Actually,
in.
because
Like
of the
5 movies.
haterade, even though Kristen Stewart is not going forward, I'm going to vote for Kristen Stewart.
What?
And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm switching my vote to Kristen Stewart. I vote for Kristen Stewart
Yeah.
too.
All right, stream's
now she's
over,
going
guys.
through.
See you later.
Now she's
Have a
going
nice
through.
day.
Bye-bye.
So
He's
now,
going to mute us all. He's just going to mute us, and this is going to be his show from now.
Man, over Hugh Jackman, you guys are out of your
Yeah.
freaking minds.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Come
man.
on, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Join
Like-
us, buddy.
the time of the hate.
Come
So
on,
now,
join
because I
us.
switched my vote, now it goes to Kristen Stewart 3-2.
Yes!
Man, like it's my sole goal to get her out of this tournament, and I know you guys are all going to
Oh, too
conspire
bad.
against me. I know.
She's going to be the dark horse, and she's going to get to the
No,
final
she's
4.
not. Man,
Yes, she is.
She's going to be the winner.
not.
Now we're going to
She's
make it our
be the
vendetta
Actress
to
that
put
ever
her
lived.
into the poll.
Yep.
Somebody in
Oh,
the
yeah.
chat back me up that she's a horrible actress. that
She's
can't
going to at
act
least
to
make
save
it to
her
the
life.
Elite 8 and make it into the poll, at least.
It's like boring as
Now we're
hell
gonna do it.
watch. Like, oh,
Yep, we
I
are.
go to sleep every time. But anyways,
What's going to happen now?
once you go up against Brad Pitt in the next round, you'll have a different story. How about
No.
that? But Brad Pitt versus Tom Hardy. Ooh, here's two powerhouses. So this one's gonna be tough.
Jordan.
I thought I went first last round. I think.
No, I went first.
Did you? Okay. Well,
Mhm.
well.
I got it
Anyway,
on my chart here. I got it written down, Jordan. I'm going.
for some reason I remember like. Well, I
No,
thought that
it's just because it was
I
your
said
pick. It was just
my
because you were
thoughts
your pick, but
before
yeah.
yours, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
but anyways, though, yeah, like this one's tough, but I think that there's just a lot more roles from Brad Pitt that I like a lot more than Tom Hardy. I mean, Tom Hardy's awesome. Like there's no disrespect against Tom Hardy. Like he's freaking like an incredible actress or actor, and like Brad Pitt, like he just a powerhouse, and it's someone that like has had so many looks like throughout the years. Like he's had long hair, he's had short hair, he's been clean shaven, he's been like had a beard, he's done like all these things for like so many different roles, and like he just like immerses himself into these roles, whether he's doing like an action movie, doing like a like crime drama like the movie Seven, or like doing a romantic movie, even like some borderline comedy like Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of, you know. So yeah, I gotta go with Brad Pitt here.
Richie,
you got?
and you're muted just in case.
Oh yeah. Might be.
No. Can you? Tom Hardy was my pick. But yeah, it's Hardy's going up against Brad Pitt.
He muted himself
Down a
again.
little bit.
Oh, he muted himself again too.
Oh
On
yeah.
accident.
Yeah.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah.
We couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
One more time.
Hang on,
Say it
I'm
again.
fine now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Tom Hardy's great. He's in, you know, like he can play anything like from Eddie Brock to, you know, like being in a very like very maybe unknown movie called Lock, where it's just him in a car talking to people on the phone.
Oh yeah.
He's amazing.
Lock is
But
awesome.
yeah, Brad Pitt's got a great resume too. He's great in everything he's in. So this is tough. I will original, you know, because he's much fun.
Yeah. Malcolm, you got here.
But yeah, I'm going to be quick on this because I actually have to rush out as well.
Sure.
After this, so I'm going to go Brad Pitt. I like Tom Hardy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of memorable roles for me. So yeah, but yeah, you can find me over Tape Free and all that. But yeah, cheers.
All right, thanks, Malcolm. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah. Well, and then there were 4. So, Chris, who you got?
I gotta definitely go. I mean, I like Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's great, and especially like in Peaky Blinders, which I never really watched when it was on TV, but I've been watching it lately. But Brad Pitt's in so many insanely good movies. Just a ridiculously widespread, especially with his latest one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Absolutely Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Austin?
Well, I know he said it was on his. It was on my list too, so it might have been a crossover. But so I don't know who actually took the pick. If it was me or Richie for Brad Pitt, or excuse me, Tom Hardy, I think. But
I think it was actually you, Austin. You had a little.
Okay, yeah. But even then, Brad Pitt was on my list too, and he's higher on my list. Like Tom Hardy's awesome, and if you haven't seen Bronson, he's so good in Bronson. Like he's incredible. But Brad Pitt's been great since like the '90s, dude. Since 12 Monkeys and Seven and Fight Club and like I love Troy. Like I love everything he does is like fun and interesting and like even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I'm not huge on, he's fantastic in it. So yeah, I'll definitely go Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So the vote goes to Brad Pitt, I think.
Richie had to drop out and come back in. I think he said his internet was kind of lagging or his connection was lagging, so he's going to jump back in here in a second.
Okay. But move on to the next one then. We'll kind of give our thoughts until he comes back. But you have Tamira Morrison, and I can kind of let you know that was one of Malcolm's picks. So for any of Malcolm's, I'll just let him know. We'll let you guys know because I have his list here. But but he wanted to vote for some New Zealand actors, get some love for that. So, but he's going up against
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins. So, yeah, kind of going up against a powerhouse, but we'll see how it plays out. So I guess Chris, you'll be up. We'll let Richie come.
Yeah, technically Richie was up next, but we'll just jump to Chris and we'll see. Oh, he's coming back in.
Hey,
Hang on,
Richie, welcome back, buddy.
Is he back?
Just in time,
All right.
so it's your turn. You got Tamira Morrison against Anthony Hopkins here.
Oh, can you hear us?
Just sort of recap who got through out of Tom Hardy. Who got
Brad
through
Pitt.
out of Tom Hardy and
Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Fair enough. That's fine. That's fair enough. All right, fine. Yeah. Look, I'm part New Zealander as well, so I'm well known. I'm familiar with Tamira Morrison. He's great in everything he's in. If you haven't seen Once Were Warriors, go do that. It's very hard to watch, but he's very good in it. But he's going up against Anthony Hopkins, which is my pick. Anthony Hopkins is one of the best actors ever. Even if he's fantastic in it, I thought he fully deserved to win the Oscar this year. He's amazing. So I'm much love to Tamira, but Anthony Hopkins should go far in this tournament.
Yeah. And also for anyone who doesn't know who Tamira Morrison is, he played Boba Fett. That's like what he's mostly known for. So, but but Chris.
So I don't really know Tamira Morrison, but I'll definitely have to check him out. And he was Boba Fett. That's awesome. But I mean, Anthony Hopkins is just incredible. I never really watched all of Westworld when it was on TV, but I'm watching it right now, and I'm into season 2, and he is just menacing. Like every word, you just hang on to everything he does. It's Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Yeah. You think Austin?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I much respected Tamura. He was even good in his small role in Aquaman. Like, I thought I really connected with his little bit part there. But like Anthony Hopkins is freaking Hannibal Lecter, dude. Like he's been the man, for a long, long time. And he definitely deserved the Oscar for The Father. He was really great in that. So I'll go with Hopkins.
Yeah. And with that, we have a last minute pinch hitter coming to join us on the panel. I'm going to welcome in Jacob Barber.
What's up, Jacob?
What's
going on?
Hey, good to have you.
Now you're gonna make me rewrite my order list all over again. Once again.
Yeah, right.
You should be able to move me so I'm above Richie.
Oh yeah.
No, it's okay. We'll do it. We'll do it the way it is.
Make Austin do work.
Yeah, make me do work.
There you go.
Oh wow!
Now he's gonna throw it all over the place. Oh man.
Anyway, but
I'm scratching out furiously.
Hey, look at that! Now you don't have to scratch anything out. You can calm down.
We just got an ad that is blocking. But anyways, you saw the matchup, Jacob. Who do you got between Tamira Morrison and Anthony Hopkins? Well, I fixed this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know the other guy very well. Not even going to try to say his name again. I'll just butcher it. Oh, spoilers! I'm gonna go with Anthony Hopkins. He's been consistently great for years. So
yeah, for years. And yeah, for me, it's super easy. Like Anthony Hopkins, even seeing him in Thor, seeing him in Silence of the Lambs, just and then seeing him even in some borderline kind of actiony roles when he's at an older age, like Red. He's in Red and Red 2. He's great, yeah. And then he's been acting since long before I was alive. So I mean, I'm sure that he had some amazing roles from back in the day that I haven't even seen yet. So he's definitely one of those guys I want to go back through his filmography and watch some of his older stuff. So yeah, Anthony Hopkins for the win. So.
All right, Hopkins, pretty much a clean sweep.
Yeah. All right. So coming up next, we got Jim Carrey going up against Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Mhm.
yeah. So who's up first?
Well, if we're gonna go after Richie, it'll be Jacob, our newcomer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, well, none of these are my picks, so.
Right. Of course.
Ah, man, this is
one's tough though.
an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, nowadays most people go to see movies that The Rock is in just because he's The Rock, and like if his name is attached to it, you're like, all right, yeah, I'll go check it out. Jim Carrey, I think he was great in Sonic the Hedgehog. I think
Oh yeah.
that was a great role for him. Man, he does comedy great. He can do drama great. The Truman Show, Eternal Sunshine. I think he can. Even the number 23, which I don't think is very well received, I thought he was really good in.
Oh yeah.
The Rock, he can do comedy too, but he's like he's an action guy. I think Jim Carrey can do a little bit more. I'm gonna go with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Sounds good. Chris, who you got?
I mean, kind of like same reasoning Jacob said. Like I love The Rock, but I feel like Jim Carrey kind of like made, I want to say, yeah, almost made up my childhood, like with The Mask. One of my favorite movies, and I know it doesn't get enough love, is Mr. Popper's Penguins. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was like his solid, like we saw him return back to that, like that great comedicness and that great heart that Jim Carrey has in movies. And yeah, I agree with you, Ed. He was incredible in Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm really excited for number 2. And it's hard because I like The Rock, but I got to go with Jim Carrey more.
Yeah. Well, Austin, who you got?
Yeah. The Rock's used to be one of those things where I'd see just about everything he was in just because he was in it, but that's kind of faded the last couple of years. Like I'm thoroughly skipping Jungle Cruise and some of these other movies he's made recently. Like I'll probably never watch that movie. But like Jim Carrey, like Rock's never made anything as good as like Truman Show or Eternal Sunshine. That's just a fact. So Jim Carrey for me.
You go for the franchise Viagra or whatever.
He is, but like at the same time, like he's never done anything as good as some of Jim Carrey's best movies. He just hasn't. That's just true.
Yeah, The Rock's one of those guys that like has like infinite amount of charisma, and like you throw him in like some of these franchises like G.I. Joe. You throw him in like Journey to the Center of the Earth. You throw him into the Fast and Furious. All these different franchises, but like Jim Carrey's been doing it for years and years. I mean, and yes, I got to defend Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. I always got to bring it up because I freaking love that movie. But also too like The Mask and The Truman Show and like he has so many just like good movies from the beginning of his career, and I really hope that he makes a renaissance, because like for me Sonic was kind of back to his like form. Oh, and I want to shout out Dumb and Dumber. Like of course how can I forget Dumb and Dumber too? So
he's been talking about doing Ace Ventura 3 lately. Actually, he's thinking about it. Like they got a script for him, and he's been teasing it. So it could happen.
That's a thing. I hope that's a thing.
Well, like if you've been watching some of his like late night appearances, they're one of the most fun things to watch too. Like he has a really great late night appearance from the Jimmy Kimmel Show that I want to shout out, where he just comes in on a scooter and then he lets some lady ride the scooter, and the lady goes like off the rails and like into like back behind the like stage, and then like outside and like into oncoming traffic and gets hit by like a bus, and you just see like cut back to Jim Carrey. He's like no, oh my gosh! He's like on the ground, just like freaking out, like in the classic way that he contorts his face and just kind of goes back to the goofiness of it. So yeah, like Jim Carrey's great. Like he's a master when it comes to acting, especially comedy. So I'm gonna go Jim Carrey. Richie. I think these are both your picks, Richie. I think.
He's frozen again.
All right. These are both my picks.
Oh, you're there?
So
okay, there you go.
Yeah, these are both my picks. So these are both my picks. So this is it's pretty hard. The Rock's probably kind of a maybe I got a soft spot for the Rock. So obviously, I'm a wrestling fan, and so like he's sort of part of my childhood then, and I think he's one of the only sort of action stars left. People still go to the movie just because the Rock's attached to it. But yeah, I sort of agree with the consensus here that Jim Carrey's probably done better movies. Overall, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of my favorite movies. So I will. Yeah, I'll vote for Jim Carrey, but yeah.
Yeah. With that, Jim Carrey moves on, and now that we have a few wrestling fans in the house, would you guys consider wrestling to be acting? Like, do you think it's acting? Or
Yes.
Yeah, like. Mm-hmm.
It's a performance, which is the same as acting. Yeah. Acting is a performance, and wrestling is a performance. If they're all in on their character and they're playing that character for a given amount of time, they have to be that character. They have to be that character, perform as that character, and do the wrestling. Like, that's absolutely acting. Yeah.
He's not really a dead man.
Right.
Oh, what? He's not? Spoiler, bro.
I mean.
Well, so you can factor the wrestling into it, I guess. But anyways, yeah. Moving on, we got Nick Cage against Ryan Gosling. All right.
Okay.
Interesting matchup, huh? So
this is the first.
Is it first? Okay. You got.
Gosh. I can't say like I've seen Ryan Gosling in some movies, but we're going with a couple of those stupid dancing movies. I'm just like, no. Save me the torture. But sorry.
Yeah.
Eating a candy cane eating a candy corn pumpkins, it gets stuck in your teeth, so I need to just stop eating those.
Oh yeah.
Right. But I love Nicolas Cage. I mean, he's been in so many damn good movies over the years. And he was in one of my favorite horror movies last year that surprised the hell out of me. I also can't think of right now, but it's absolutely incredible.
Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland.
Yes,
oh my gosh, what an incredible movie! Just like his expressions on face and everything are solid. I got to go with Nicolas Cage. Easy.
Yeah. Well, Austin,
I think these are both of my picks. I know Nick Cage is on my list, but Gosling was one of my alternates, unless it was somebody else's. Was one of my. I think it was my number 2 alternate. I think. Or was it Richie's pick?
Let's see.
Ryan's mine.
Oh, was he on your actual 16?
He's one of my alternates too. So yeah.
Okay, he's one of my alternates. So, but Nick Cage, I think, was my pick. He's number 16. Just Nick Cage, he's just such an interesting actor. Like, he just makes interesting choices. I know he had a little slump there where he was making a lot of just quick movies, red box kind of stuff. But lately, with Willy's Wonderland, with Pig, that movie is getting a lot of traction right now. Prisoners of Ghostland, stuff like Mandy. He's just been making really, really interesting, incredible performances, and I'm glad people are once again appreciating how much of a niche, cool actor he is. Because even going back to the days of Raising Arizona and stuff like that, obviously. So I'll stick with Nick Cage.
Yeah. This one's kind of tough for me. I want to give some love to Ryan Gosling, just because the first time I ever saw him pop up was in Remember the Titans, and he was great in it. And that, and even The Notebook. I'm not a big rom-com person, but I do have a lot of love for The Notebook. And then things like Blue Valentine, Drive, Crazy Stupid Love, and then some of his more recent things like The Big Short, or even Blade Runner, 2049. I hated the movie, but the actual performance from Ryan Gosling still was a great performance. And also too, I'm even a big defender of La La Land. I know a lot of people don't really care for that unless you're a diehard into musicals. And I'm someone who's not really into musicals and actually had a lot of fun with that movie. But I mean, Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. Like who doesn't love a good Nicolas Cage freak out? Or just going crazy, like Face Off and like some of those movies like from his earlier days are just great. Like Leaving Las Vegas, he's been in so many awesome movies. So yeah, I gotta go with Nick Cage. So,
all right.
So Richie.
Yeah, I believe Ryan Gosling was my pick.
Yeah.
I really, love the, love everything he's in, from Place Beyond the Pines to Drive to Nice Guys, which is one of the best comedies from the last few years.
And Nice Guys.
And Nicolas Cage can be great, especially when he's not, I think maybe in a little bit more recent years he just sort of became a bit of a meme as opposed to just taking movies for the money, because if you research him, he needed the money at one stage. But yeah, he can be great. Willy's Wonderland's great. Look, and I understand the love for Cage, but I am going to go with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Jacob,
what do you think?
Oh man, Ryan Gosling is great. I think he's been mostly great in all of his performances. But Nicolas Cage made Mom and Dad, and Ryan Gosling. So I'm gonna go with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, Mom and Dad was batshit crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Was Mom and Dad the one where he's like trying to kill like his kids or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, where they go
Your
crazy.
left foot in, you put your left foot out and do the hokey pokey. Yeah. Well, with that, Nick Cage. Moving on. So up next we got Chadwick Boseman going up against Sam Rockwell. So, all right. So we start with
me
Austin,
first.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you got?
Much respect to Chadwick Boseman. I like him. It's sad, that he's gone from us now, because I think he had just could have had such a much longer career, obviously. But like Sam Rockwell is like one of the great character actors of all time, and like I'm glad people finally like got to a point where they realized that and realized how awesome and versatile and amazing he is. So I got to go with Rockwell, and anytime he dances in a movie, it's greatness.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, one of the more underrated movies I really like him in his movie The Way Back. That movie really impressed me, how he kind of takes the like kid under his wing for the summer. So shout out to that. But yeah, like Sam Rockwell's kind of one of those guys that I feel like he's definitely A-list, but he's kind of like should be at the top tier of the A-list, and I don't think that he's quite gotten to the very top of the top. But like he's up there though. He's in a lot of conversation. But Chadwick Boseman was my pick, and like man, like I just see some of his roles, and it just hurts my heart that we lost him way too soon. Like man, just like one of the last movies, he was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and like that movie's not even my type of movie. I just watched it to see Chadwick Boseman perform, and it is absolutely incredible. Just a gripping performance, and then with him playing 42, then playing Thurgood Marshall. He even popped up in the movie Draft Day that I watched recently. I didn't even know that he was even in, and like for him to give these just powerhouse roles, like even Black Panther, you got to mention that too. Like having cancer and being sick like that, like it's just like blows my mind away. And like when he died, that was one that like hit me really hard. So yeah, I think I got to go with Chadwick Boseman. So, but Richie, now that you're back, we got.
Yeah. Can you hear me better, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you better. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Much better, but
cool. Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. Yeah,
Sam Rockwell was one of my picks. I think he's very underrated. I think he's really good at everything he's in. Seven Psychopaths, 3 Billboards. Even like Charlie's Angels, we mentioned before. Moon is a really fucking good movie. Chadwick Boseman's great. Great Black Panther, great in 42. I just feel, maybe Sam Rockwell's got a bigger resume, and I've seen more of his stuff, so I'm going to say Sam Rockwell, but I appreciate Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah. Jacob?
Oh man, this one I've been going back and forth the whole time you guys have been. And man, this is legitimately tough. I'm leaning more towards Chadwick Boseman right now, so I'm gonna go with Chadwick Boseman. But man, these two are great. These two are great.
Yeah, this one's tough. Chris, what do you think? I guess
I love Chadwick Boseman. He's such an incredible actor, and I agree with you. He really fell. He fell way too young. But overall, Sam Rockwell, absolutely. Especially, just for his performance in Jojo Rabbit alone, that movie is so damn good.
Oh yeah,
and he is so freaking incredible in that movie. So absolutely, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah,
came down to the wire on that one, but Rockwell just barely pulls it out.
I thought he was great in 3 Billboards too. I thought he was phenomenal.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, so up next we got Tilda Swinton going up against Tom Hiddleston. Ooh. All right, powerhouses keep coming. So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Jordan.
Yeah. So, as much as I love Tilda Swinton, I think she's great, but like it's kind of one of those things that is kind of similar to what I said before. Like I think she's an incredible actress, but she just doesn't always pick the roles that are like my type of movies to necessarily see all the time. But like Tom Hiddleston, though, like he just kills it every single time, especially with like Loki coming out too. He really got a great chance to really showcase like what he's able to do, and like he just gets lost in these roles. And I forget the on the other TV show they did, like The Night Manager or something like that. But like,
yes,
like that was a really awesome series too. And like just like everything that he's in, like even that like King Kong movie that he was in, I thought he was still great in that. So yeah, like I got to go with Tom Hiddleston. So, Richie,
I believe Tilda Swinton was my pick. Am I right?
Yeah.
Look, Tilda Swinton's like amazing, and she really like puts herself, commits to every role she's in. She really, she becomes that character. If you haven't seen, it's very very hard to watch. But if you haven't seen, we need to talk about Kevin. Dude, it's a great movie. It's very hard to watch, but it's a great movie. Tom Hiddleston's great, but I just see. I mean, he hasn't done like a lot of stuff outside of like maybe the MCU. Yeah, he's done like a Skull Island and things like that. But I at the moment I sort of just when I think of Tom Hiddleston, I think Loki. I don't think he has had much chance outside the MCU to sort of break out of that kind of role. So I'm going to go with Tilda Swinton.
Yeah. And also I forgot to mention that Tom Hiddleston was my pick. So. But, Jacob?
Yeah, these two. They're both good. I think for me, I'm gonna go with Tom Hiddleston just because I think Loki is one of my favorite characters portrayed on screen over the last decade, and I think he's done it so well. Tilda Swinton's great. I've seen a few movies that she's been in, and I've never been disappointed by her performance. But I'm going to go with Tom Hiddleston here.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
So I'm going to go with I like Tilda Swinton, but I really haven't seen a lot of her movies either. But I mean, just for Hiddleston's breaking out of the MCU and doing The Night Manager, which was actually my first introduction to John Le Carre. I loved that book so much. So when it came alive on a TV series format, it was incredible. He blew it away. So I got to go with Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with Tilda Swinton because I'm a huge Constantine fan, and she plays Gabriel the Angel in that movie. And she's actually a lot of fun. That was the first time I knew her from something, and then she's amazing in Snowpiercer as well. And I like Tom Hiddleston, but I kind of feel like he's been a little bit of a typecast as like the Loki stuff. I hope he can break out of it because I think he's good. But I'll go Tilda on here.
You got to see The Night Manager. If you haven't seen that, it's like a totally different thing than Loki. But
why is there so many good TV shows I have to watch in so little time? I got other stuff I got to do besides watch those great TV shows.
No, you don't.
But anyways,
I got all these shows I got to prep for. I don't have time to watch TV.
I want to say Tom Hiddleston won, right? Is that what the vote?
Tom Hiddleston 3-2, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. So up next, and I always forget.
Joel Edgerton.
Yeah,
Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. For some reason, I always forget him. But then this one I added for fun because I got to meet him. That's Elijah Wood in the middle there, and me standing next to him. I just did it for fun.
You can barely see him.
Yeah. So, but if you zoom in, you can see him there. There you go. That's as far as it'll zoom in. But anyways, we have Joel Edgerton versus Elijah Wood, and I believe Richie is up first, right?
Yeah, Richie's up first.
Okay.
I get another one of my picks. Joel Edgerton, good old Australian boy. He's like even before he sort of broke out in Hollywood, he's been amazing. He was like the most sort of hardworking actor, always pushing out new projects. He's a great director as well. If you haven't seen The Gift, he is so good in that. It's great movie with him and Jason character. Just a great movie. And his movie A Boy Erased, very good movie as well. That's hard to watch, but yeah, like he and the Warrior. That's one of my favorite sports movies of all time. Just fantastic. It's just fantastic whatever he's in, and I think I still think he's a bit underrated. Elijah Wood, I mean, like obviously he's been other stuff, but and I've always thought he was good and stuff. He's never been like the sort of standout. Like I thought, like even in Lord of the Rings, I thought like Sean Astin was a bit of performance, but yeah, and then like he was good in that's the thing I saw recently. I don't want to live on this world anymore. It's a Netflix movie. He's good in that movie, but it's never like he's never sort of like he's never really a standout for me. So I'm gonna stick with my pick with Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, I'm kind of
I'm
kind of in the same boat. Elijah Wood, he's good in everything he does, but he's like never really like my favorite part of the movie. I'm just like, oh yeah, he was good in that. Joel Edgerton was fantastic in Warrior. I think he absolutely kills that role. Boy Erased, like Richie mentioned, he was really good in that as well. I think he's just got a couple more standout performances, in my opinion, than Elijah Wood does. So I'm going to go with Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Chris?
I actually kind of had to look him up for a minute. I'm like, is that the guy from like the Kingston, that kid? But I'm like, and I looked him up, and I'm like, I don't really know like hardly any of these movies. I mean, Elijah Wood, I like him.
Happy Feet, Penguins, Chris. Happy Feet, come on.
Okay, well, Happy Feet's amazing, and that's probably the only reason, probably the only movie on that where I'd be like, yay, he's amazing. And I don't know, I kind of agree, man. It's like I like Elijah Wood, but like he doesn't steal the screen. But then again, I think simply because my wife loves Lord of the Rings so much and The Hobbit so much, and it's just exciting to see her watching because she freaks out. It's great. I love it. I got to go with Elijah Wood.
Yeah. Austin?
I'm going to go Joel Edgerton. I rewatched Black Mass recently, and he steals the show in that movie, too, even away from Johnny Depp. Midnight Special, he's great. Like, he's always good in everything. Like you said, The Gift. And Elijah Wood, yeah, he's good. But, I feel like he's never really broken out of that Lord of the Rings thing. He hasn't done a whole lot past that. I do like the movie Cooties. It's a lot of fun. But I'm going to go with Joel Edgerton.
Like one of your
It's
Like
the fact that he's great, but like it's not really great.
Body Snatcher.
It's not really but it's not really great because of Elijah Wood. Okay, it's just like the writing's good, and like any young actor probably could have done that. Like it's not great because of him. So I'm gonna stick with Joel.
Yeah. well, obviously Elijah Wood's my pick. Well, as you can tell, I'm kind of rooting for him, but yeah, like I have a lot of fun watching him, especially as Frodo from Lord of the Rings. I thought that like he was perfectly cast in that. Like I think that's a perfect role for him. But yeah, just seeing him in like a lot of fun movies. He always pops up in like these kind of random kind of independent horror type of movies. He's always a lead role. Like he always does great. Like I love him in the Faculty. I already mentioned Happy Feet. That's the first movie that I ever showed my little niece. Is like the first movie ever, and it's a great first movie to show like a little baby when they're becoming like a toddler too. So and then yeah, like he was even in Sin City. Like he's done a lot of roles that are like pretty underrated, I feel like, and so but like Joel Edgerton's great, but like I don't know, I just have this thing. Plus, like meeting him, he was like really, really cool. Because when I met him, there was some kind of issue with the cameras, so I got to sit there for like 10 minutes and just kind of like shoot the breeze with him. So that was cool. So I'm gonna vote Elijah Wood. So,
all right, but it's gonna be 3-2 for Joel Edgerton.
Yeah,
good Australian boy, I believe is what Richie said, right? So finally get one of his hometown boys to the next round.
Mostly I just want to see my picture advance in the next round, right? but anyways, that'll be the end of that side. All right. So
finally got that.
Yeah. We're only an hour and a half in.
We're only an hour and a half in.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the goal is to
probably pick it up just a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe
let's just not say opinions anymore, I guess. And let's just do this.
It's not about opinions, let's pick it up a little bit.
I mean, can we just go ahead and Stewart the winner?
Well, and especially Malcolm's picks. Now he's not here anymore. We can blow through his picks quickly because he ain't here to defend him. We'll just blow through his picks.
right. Yeah, but we have Oscar Isaac's going against Lee Van Cleef. I put the little name there because I didn't know if I would recognize him by name. But yeah, so yeah, and Jacob.
Yeah, I do not recognize him by name either. So I'm looking him up right now. Okay, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That makes okay. Oh, he's an Escape from New York.
A lot of westerns. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I say that like I've seen the movie. I haven't seen it. It's on my list to watch.
Who was the other guy?
And
was Oscar Isaac from from Star Wars, like
it's Poe from Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac is good. Like I've never been disappointed by his performance. I thought he was great in the movie 10 Years. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah.
He was great in that. But like that's slowly becoming one of my. No, he's not. That's Chris Pratt.
10 Years, like doesn't he?
No,
like,
10 years.
He like kind of go up against Channing Tatum in that kind of. They're like going at it kind of. Maybe it's Chris Pratt, you're right.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, I mean, since Lee Van Cleef was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I love that movie, I'm gonna go with Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah, he's the bad in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah. Well, for me, like, I unfortunately don't
Chris?
know enough.
Don't we go to Chris? After Jacob?
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Wow, you jumped like 3 people. Dude, relax, Jordan.
Yeah.
Chris first. We'll get to you in a minute. All right, slow down.
I had to look him up, okay? But I haven't, yeah. Okay. And I hate Ex Machina. That's one of the worst movies ever made.
What? You don't like Ex Machina?
Along with Body of Lies, I would rather run myself over with my own lawnmower if I could than watch 2 of those movies. And yeah, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly is a freaking incredible movie. So let's go with Lee Van Cleef. Hey, and I thought we were going to be able to submit like our honorable mentions, sir.
Well, after the first round. We're still in the first round.
You know what? Yeah. Meow. Be quiet.
Well, Austin?
Yeah, Lee Van Cleef is my pick. Yeah, he's in a lot of those the westerns back in the day. He's in For a Few Dollars More. He's in Good, Bad, the Ugly. He's in like Death Rides a Horse and The Grand Duel. Like he's always awesome. Like he's so underrated badass. Like right next to Clint Eastwood. And yeah, he even shows up in Escape from New York. He's kind of the Kurt Russell's liaison in that movie. Kind of sends him on the mission. Like he's always great. Super underrated, overlooked actor. Just as good as Eastwood in those movies. Yeah, he's on my list. He's my pick, so I'll stick with Lee.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, like I just haven't really seen enough of Lee Van Cleef, and like I have a hard time with like older westerns. Like I do like them, but like I just have to find the right one, because I feel like every third one I watch bores me to tears. So like I really have to like find
the gritty Clint Eastwood westerns
really
are where you need to go, because I don't like John Wayne westerns. They're boring, but like the badass violent westerns from like the late 60s are awesome.
Yeah. But like Oscar Isaac, though, he's got a solid filmography. I mean, he's in Star Wars, he's in like Annihilation, he's in the new Dune. Like he hasn't done a lot yet, but he has some upcoming things too. Like he's going to be the new Moon Knight, so that's kind of interesting for me too. He's going to be Solid Snake in the next Metal Gear Solid, so it's hard to really vote for someone based on upcoming things that they have. It's just the fact that I just don't know enough about Lee Van Cleef to really like really even have an opinion on him. I kind of like have no opinion on him, so I got to go with Oscar Isaac. So, but Richie?
All right, man. My opinions has never differed more from some of the people in this panel. So Oscar Isaac's my pick. Ex Machina is amazing. I think
amazing. I would agree too.
It's not nowhere near the worst movie ever made. You need to watch.
You don't know Chris like I do. That just doesn't surprise me. So like I'm not even surprised by his weird takes anymore.
2001:
Like
Space Odyssey. Burn it.
Yeah, I know. Like he hates a lot of weird stuff. So yeah. That's no surprise to us.
And Inside Llewyn Davis, he's amazing in.
Oh yeah.
I think that movie's great. I just haven't seen enough of Lee. I know who Lee Van Cleef is, but I haven't seen enough to sort of form my opinion of of him as an actor. He is good. He is great and Good, Bad, the Ugly, but that's really the only exposure I've had to him. So Oscar Isaac, but yeah, I understand. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm disappointed. Oscar Isaac's probably not gonna move forward, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, on the other end, I'm super excited that Lee Van Cleef's moving into the second round. I don't expect him to make it very far. I don't expect him to make it like super far, but like I'm super happy he's making the second round. I did not expect. I expected to be the only vote on that one. Like really.
Yeah. That was your pick, Richie, right, for Oscar Isaac, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Coming up next, we got Keanu Reeves up against Leonardo DiCaprio. Some kind of makes me sad because I know who is going to win and who should win, but it's not who I want to win. So we'll see. But so Chris, right? Is it Chris first?
Chris is up first. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right, this is so freaking hard. I mean, he's such an insanely good actor. I mean, both of these are. But I mean, and I know everyone gives Cyberpunk a lot of hate, but just for his performance in Cyberpunk alone, absolutely Keanu Reeves. I mean, yes, obviously he's done a lot of amazing movies as well, minus that third Bill and Ted movie, which we'll pretend that movie never existed.
Oh man!
Without it, it is fine.
That movie.
Definitely, yeah. It's hands down Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Well, awesome.
Damn, I think these are both. I think these
like, hey.
I think these are both my choices. Fuck. Oh, damn.
Yeah. Both yours, but
yeah. Because
but me and you both had Keanu Reeves at number 7, but I gave it to you so I could have an alternate. So
okay. Oh damn. Shit. Because I love Keanu. Just everything he does is really interesting. He's just a good dude. But DiCaprio is my number 1. He's everything he's done like in the last 20 years has been interesting and incredible. Wolf of Wall Street is like one of my favorite movies of all time. Django is great. Revenant, even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like he's always great. Like even in shitty movies like J. Edgar, like he's really good in it. So like DiCaprio is just about badass, like awesome actor. So I got to go with Leo.
Yeah, and this one kind of hurts me because like Keanu Reeves, man, I have so much love for him, and I want to vote for him, but like against Leo DiCaprio, I don't think I can do it. But I do want to shout out though, just like everything. But from The Matrix really is a movie that it really means a lot to me. Kind of influenced my whole entire love for like movies with a lot of really cool special effects that really push the boundaries and stuff. And then also Speed, or like Point Break, and just like he has like so many just amazing movies. But like Leo though has like at least like 20, 30 like amazing movies. I mean, you can go on and on about The Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic, Departed, Inception. I mean, like even What's Eating Gilbert Grape for like shout out one of his earlier
Catch Me If You Can, Gangs of New York.
But we did a whole episode for Tyranker Fights just about Leonardo DiCaprio because he has that many great movies, and we had a lot of guests that were like really clamoring to get on the episode because they really want to talk about Leo. So yeah, like as much as it hurts to vote against my boy Keanu Reeves, because I gotta go with Leonardo DiCaprio, even though he wasn't even on my list. Like he's just great, and you gotta recognize greatness, even if you're not a fan. Like I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but I gotta recognize greatness where I see it. So that kind of make that comparison. He's like one of the GOATs, like at least top 5 like actors working today. So
Richie,
I believe Keanu Reeves is also one of my alternates. So
nice.
He's
popular.
And so but this is hard. I mean, Keanu Reeves is just I get even like movies like where he didn't sort of earlier stuff where he didn't establish himself as an actor. There's something like there's sort of a charisma about him that you just like you just want to root for the guy. Like even like he's pretty. Let's be honest, he's bad in Bram Stoker's Dracula. He's pretty bad in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know.
What about freaking John Wick too? That's another one. Sorry, I'm just looking at his like filmography.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of fun fun to watch him there. Like in Point Break, it's not great in the movie, but it's great. The movie's great. The movie's great because of him. And John, he's sort of reinvented himself with John Wick. I think John Wick's one of the best action movies of the last 10 years. I think that franchise is amazing. That franchise is amazing, and I can't wait for number 4, and I can't wait for Matrix Revolution.
Resurrection.
Resurrection.
Yeah. Yep. Resurrection, Revolution, whatever. The new Matrix movie. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Matrix 4.
Matrix 4.
But yeah, I can't wait for that. But like, look, and if it was against anybody else, really, I would vote Keanu Reeves. But I really, when I was compiling the list, the one person I was like, why did I admit Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing at everything?
Yeah.
Like so, I was so like kicking myself. Like Wolf of Wall Street, I think he's just amazing. Just
so good,
so good at that movie, and I just like and he just sort of he's one of those just actors who becomes that character, and and he's just great. I do feel like when he eventually won his Oscar, it was probably more of a hey, sorry we didn't let you win for the other things, so we'll just give it you for this one. Revenant's fine. Revenant's good, but he should have won for other movies. So Leonardo DiCaprio, but I love Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, you got.
I'm so glad this didn't come down to like a tiebreaker because now. Even though I think Leonardo DiCaprio is the better actor, and I think he deserves to go forward. But I'm going to give my vote to Keanu Reeves just for his performance and Always Be My Maybe. Like that that was fantastic. But
it's so good.
I am not disappointed that Leonardo DiCaprio is moving on at all.
Yeah. And for me, I only left Leo off because I knew that like someone else was just bound to have him. So
and I had him as my number 1, so there you go. He didn't have to.
Right. But sorry, I meant
DiCaprio. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Because we wanted both of them to move on.
Yeah.
I know.
One like a split between both of them, right? But But I'm next. We have Frances McDormand going up against Adam Sandler.
Oh.
Interesting. So
Easy.
Wow. All
I believe
right.
you're up first, Austin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Adam Sandler, but man, he's made a lot of real shit too. And Frances
Yeah.
McDormand really
Yeah,
hasn't
got the
made
good
any
ones.
dog shit. So because of that, I'm gonna give it to Frances, and she's an Oscar winner. So yeah, Frances. Yeah, for Fargo and Three Billboards alone. Like, I'm sorry, Adam. I like you, but you ain't even in the same ballpark as Frances McDormand. So I'll give it to her.
Well, for me, I did, probably have seen a lot of stuff Frances McDormand has done, but she's one of those ones that I don't really recognize right away. That's why I actually put the name there so I could remember it when the picture came up, what her freaking name was. But like Adam Sandler, it's just like a huge guilty pleasure. Like even the bad Adam Sandler movies, I love. Like probably my two favorite growing up were Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. Like I basically have those movies memorized. I could quote them from beginning to end. Like even The Waterboy or Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer. Like he just has so many movies that I love. Even shout out Hubie Halloween. Like I thought that movie really surprised me. Really brought back a lot of his old characters from some of his old movies. And I'll even say that I have some really weird guilty pleasures, like The Ridiculous Six, that I know everybody hates and I understand it's a bad movie, but for some reason I just kind of like it. Like it's weird, but yeah. So I just gotta go with Adam Sandler for whatever reason. Just his goofiness, even the Zabadoo, like him doing his Adam Sandler thing. I just love it, and like him singing the Hanukkah song, Thanksgiving song, Lunch Lady, all that stuff. It's a lot of fun for me, so I'm gonna vote Adam Sandler.
All right, you like terrible Adam Sandler. Let's move on. Come on, Richie. What's your next? You love terrible Adam. You love Jack and Jill. It's your favorite movie of all time, Larry.
No, they don't like Jack and Jill. I will say that. That one's bad. I hate that movie. But anyways,
look, we'll say this: Adam Sandler's good when he gives a shit.
yeah.
Most of his picks in the last 10 years have been because of vacation destinations he wants to take his family to. Let's be honest. Come on now.
He literally said that he does
Uncut Gems. Come on.
He does these movies to hang out with his friends. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough, I guess. But I don't know, just it doesn't make me want to watch your movies. Adam Sandler in the '90s is still great. Wedding Singer still holds up. And people think things like that. And obviously I like Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. But yeah, I mean, and Uncut, he's great in Uncut Gems, and Funny People's pretty good. I don't mind that movie either. He's pretty good in it, but the good is few and far between with him. Frances McDormand's one of the best working actors now. This is no competition. She's amazing at everything she's in. She won Best Actress this year, I think. And I think she's won it. What is it? Not 2 times in a row, but did she win for 3 Billboards? I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, she won for 3 Billboards and Nomadland. Yeah, a couple years apart, but yes.
So unfortunately, these two are yonks apart in terms of acting ability. Unfortunately, but Adam Sandler can be great in dramas. Rain Over Me is another thing I'll shout out. He can be good when he gives a shit, but Frances McDormand is way better. So, Frances McDormand.
Yeah. Did she win an Oscar for Fargo? I forget if she did.
Yeah. Yeah. She won. She won
yeah.
Fargo.
I thought so. Jacob.
Yeah, Adam Sandler is great in dramatic roles, and if he had done more of those, this might be a harder choice. But unfortunately, he does have the ridiculous things. He's got Jack and Jill on his resume. Frances McDormand doesn't really have any duds. Frances McDormand is great, and I could see her going very far in this tournament. So, Frances McDormand.
Chris?
I feel like I'm the only one that's kind of lukewarm here on Frances McDormand. She's all right, but she's not like, oh my gosh, the best actress in the world. Okay,
I'm with you.
She's an all right 3-time Oscar winner. She's just okay.
I don't neither one of those movies that she won an Oscar for. Like I never saw either one of them because I'm like, that doesn't really interest me. Especially
that's why you're not
Nomadland.
over
What
the
was
moon
that
about 'em, 'cause-
weird, like artsy thing that came out? No. And it's Adam Sandler. Yes, he's made some shitty movies, but it's Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler. No contest.
Yeah,
But obviously,
it is a
the Francis
It is a
McDormand
contest because
affair
Francis.
continues it forward. So
I believe
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Adam Sandler was Malcolm's pick. just
that was my pick.
No, it's
Oh, really?
Jordan's pick. He loves
Yeah,
that. He loves Ridiculous
Yeah.
Six. He thinks it's the greatest movie of all
I do
time.
too. I like that
No.
movie. It's fun.
no
I
offense
don't
to
love it.
It's not some art
more like
house
a guilty
film.
pleasure.
Shit.
Like, yeah, but
Yeah, he loves the donkey spraying diarrhea everywhere. He thinks it's the
No.
funniest joke of all time.
not part.
Let's move on.
Like in a hate
Move
Taylor.
on. Throw Frances McDormand where she belongs into her hell. Maybe
Even
she
so,
can
she's
call her
advancing
somebody
though,
else.
right?
To the winner's bracket where she belongs.
No,
Yeah.
into the trash. The
But up
trash.
next, we have Clint Eastwood
Oh,
going
man.
up against Meryl Streep. Ooh,
Mhm.
That's tough. Shoot, frick. That's why this episode's going long. But, who's up first?
Jordan.
Okay. For me, like I just think Clint Eastwood does more movies that I like. But I do recognize Meryl Streep's probably like the greatest working actress that is working today. But I'm gonna keep it short in the interest of time, so I'm gonna just vote Clint Eastwood because I love all the Clint Eastwood westerns, and I have seen Good, Bad, and the Ugly too. So like they're great. So yeah, and he's still like in his 90s and still like appearing in movies, so starring in movies actually. So yeah, Richie.
I'll keep it short too. I've seen more of their stuff. These two are both fantastic, but I've seen more of their stuff. So I will. I didn't pick her because I thought someone else would, which is apparent. I'm going to go with Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Jacob.
Yeah, these two are both fantastic. Oh man, it's probably the toughest one so far. Outside of Leo and Kiana.
Good
I'm gonna
matchup
go.
given their age.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Meryl Streep because why not?
Yeah. Well, Meryl Streep was one of Malcolm's picks. Just saying that.
Oh, see, and I'm replacing Malcolm, so Meryl Streep was one of my picks. She's fantastic and just
Yeah,
about
right.
everything. So I'm gonna go with Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Chris.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll keep it short.
Yeah, I think Clint Eastwood was my number one alternate, so I think it was mine. And yeah, like because of the westerns alone, like he's so good, and even in like mediocre movies like a Blood Work or something, like he's still good, and he still makes it worth watching. Gran Torino, all that stuff, like Clint Eastwood, man.
Yeah. Like the Mule too. Like he still does like the crazy shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
And $1 Million Baby is fantastic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. So yeah. Clint Eastwood oust Meryl Streep in round one. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But well, next we got Tom Cruise going up against Bill Paxton. Okay.
Oh, how dare you, Jordan? Your stupid
Sorry.
randomizer. Jesus.
We'll do both of your picks, Austin. But
Fucking hell.
but
All right, Richie. I got a minute to think about it.
yeah.
Sort of like The Rock before. I think Tom Cruise is one of the only sort of action stars around. Around you watch like an action movie because he's in it. And he's like great in other things like yeah. But I do feel like sometimes the personality overshadows what a good actor is sometimes. But yeah, he's good in a lot of things. But I think if we're going, I mean, if I'm thinking of the better actor, I would say Bill Paxton. And I don't know. I'm gonna go Tom Cruise, but yeah, I wouldn't be mad if Bill Paxton gets through.
Yeah. Jacob.
I'm still disappointed that Tom Cruise never helped Ricky Bobby when Ricky Bobby asked for him by name in Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
That's kind of a dick move, Tom Cruise. Bill Paxton's great. I'm gonna go with Bill Paxton.
I'm gonna go with Bill Paxton.
Chris?
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Man, these are both on my list, but I feel like I have to go with my heart on this one, and my heart is always with Bill Paxton because, like, I just Aliens and Twister and and Frailty and just like everything he does is like I just feel like he was one of those underdog kind of actors that never really made the total like A-list, but he was always like beloved and so good. And obviously when he passed away, like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, like that dude was just a good dude. He's just like a good guy who didn't deserve to die from surgery complications. You know what I mean? He should still be working today. So yeah, Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise. He'll always be Tom Cruise. So I'll give it to Bill Paxton.
Yeah. And this one's tough because like Bill Paxton, just like looking over his filmography, I mean, it's like Twister, like Apollo 13, Tombstone, Predator 2, like Aliens. It's like he has a really like just amazing filmography. Titanic, he shows up in. So yeah, but like Tom Cruise though, like it's just one of those guys that I go to see the movie because Tom Cruise is in it, and there's not very many of those actors left anymore. Where we go see the movie just because they're in it. Because like there's even some I've heard the movie where like he was like a drug runner, like flying airplanes back and forth for the cartel.
American Made.
That movie didn't. Really
He's miscast in that movie though. He's miscast.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that movie didn't really even look all that like intriguing, but it was a Tom Cruise movie, so I went to go see it like opening weekend because it's a Tom Cruise movie, and like even The Mummy, like The Mummy was a horrible movie, but I still like Tom Cruise, you know. So like I got to go with Tom Cruise. I feel like if Bill Paxton was up against a lot of these other actors, I would have picked Bill Paxton, but I got to go Tom Cruise. I got to go with my heart. So yeah.
But the underdog, Bill Paxton, 3-2. Yeah, Paxton makes it.
I'm going to change that vote.
Yeah.
Oh, do it.
Well, yeah. We'll just let it settle there. But if you would have changed your vote before we said who wins, maybe I would have given it to you. But up next, we got Robin Williams going against Sylvester Stallone.
All right.
So
Jacob.
it is Jacob.
Oh. Yeah, this one's pretty easy. I do like Sylvester Stallone. I think he's great as Rocky. He's a really good action star. But Robin Williams, man, he's just one of a kind. Like he's got the voice acting down. He can do drama. He can do comedy. His stand-up is great. He can sing. Like he's an entertainer. He's more than an actor. He was born to entertain, and he did it well. And he's like the best part of my favorite movie of all time. My new favorite movie, for those of you that
all right,
watch the tournament fights, where my number one was Sweeney Todd. It is now Good Will Hunting, because I just think that movie is fantastic, and he is easily the best part of it, in my opinion. Robin Williams, hands down, like no contest for me.
Yeah. Chris?
I like Sylvester Stallone, but it's Robin Williams. Absolutely no contest. I agree.
Yeah. Austin?
Stallone was my pick. He's on my list, and just the more I thought about it, the more I think like I've liked him in just about everything he's done, whether it's the Rocky stuff or him doing it in Creed, or like even just going back to a lot of his really, really fun like 80s and 90s action movies, you know, the Rambo movies, Demolition Man, like all that kind of stuff. Like he's always a lot of fun, and I think he always delivers something and gives it everything. I mean, Robin Williams is Robin Williams. I can't say anything negative about him. I'm just voting for Stallone because he's on my list, and I love him.
Yeah. But for me, like, I like Sylvester Stallone, and I love the Rocky franchise. That franchise is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So that's like one of the best. But like Rambo's a lot of fun, and then like a lot of his movies, like it's hard for me to really say too many of his movies are bad, but it's also hard for me to say too many of his movies are good. So like he makes a lot of okay movies for me, but like Robin Williams though, it's just awesome, especially when when it comes to comedy, but even like the dramatic stuff, like the Dead Poet Society or Good Will Hunting, that's been a product. Like those are awesome movies. Even like Insomnia or like 1 Hour Photo, which is like it's an okay movie. His performance is awesome in it though. So yeah. So I'm gonna vote Robin Williams. So Richie.
Yeah, so this Stallone's good. He, like in the right role, obviously. Like Rocky, he's great. Rambo, some of the movies he's good in. Even the underrated Copland, he's really good in.
Oh yeah.
However, Robin Williams is my pick. He is, just amazing. He can, he can be like this, sort of charming, lovable screen presence, like from with his voice work with Aladdin. Or like in Mrs. Doubtfire, which is one of my favorite movies. But then he can also like Jordan was saying, he can be sort of chilling like in Insomnia or like or 1 Hour Photo. He's just one of those guys that I would always go to see his movies if when if he was top billing. So look, I love Sylvester Stallone. I have respect for Stallone, but Robin Williams, I think, should go far in this one.
Yeah.
If we did like top 64 action stars, Sylvester Stallone.
Well, and we do have an idea. At some point, we want to do a tournament fight of just Arnie and Sly movies, like throw all their like crazy action movies in here, and just do like a tournament fight of Arnold and Sly,
amazing.
like just all the crazy movies. That'd be a lot of fun. So yeah, just throw them all. Just throw like 30 of each of their action movies in there, and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah. We've been talking to like JTE and like Kaiser and Bobby Gucci for some of those. So that would be a fun lineup to have. But so next we got Jason Statham going up against Kurt Russell. So pick action stars here.
Damn, what's with all these you put in my putting my picks up against each other?
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry, randomizer. Don't blame me. Randomizer.
Damn it. All right. Shit.
The randomizer.
Right? Yeah. Randomize.
Chris.
You first, Austin, right? Oh, it's Chris.
No, Chris. Mm-hmm.
I love Statham. Statham's incredible, but it's Kurt Russell. I mean, it's Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, they're both mine. Statham's just one of those guys, like his charisma, I'll watch anything like he's in, but like, goddamn, I've loved Kurt Russell since like his 80s movies, like, The Thing and Escape from New York, and even like Overboard, he's fun. But recently, like, yeah, with The Hateful Eight and Guardians 2 and Bone Tomahawk, like all that stuff is awesome. Like I love Kurt Russell. I'll always love Kurt Russell. So I got to go with Kurt.
Yeah. And like for me, like I got to go Kurt Russell. Like he's just awesome. Like he's been a powerhouse. Like the first time that I really really became a huge fan was when I saw The Thing. But I mean. But like I know that he's had movies before that, but like he's just been a powerhouse ever since then. Like and like he's done pretty much like been a part of like tons and tons of huge action franchises. And Jason Statham's great. Like I forget the name of his latest movie where they're like robbing some kind of like place that like houses all the armored trucks. Like that movie's actually really really good. Yeah,
Man of Wrath. Wrath of Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Wrath of Man. That's a really solid movie, so I'd recommend if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But Jason Statham's just one of those guys that like always surprises. Like he's always in these kind of B-level action movies, but he's always the star, and like he always carries them. And like some of them have had 3-4 sequels, So but even so, like going against Kurt Russell, you're going up against a powerhouse for action. So I gotta go Kurt Russell.
Richie? Yeah, this is pretty easy. Jason Statham has that charisma, and he is a good leading action guy. But like I think a lot of the time, like Jason Statham plays Jason Statham. But like he is. I will give a shout out. He is pretty good, and I was very surprised. He is very good in the movie Spy. With McCarthy.
Yes. Well, because he's playing like a Well, he's playing like a hyper parody of himself, so he's a lot of fun. Like, you know,
Yeah, he
essentially.
steals that movie.
Yeah.
He's really funny, and he's really funny in it. But Kurt Russell, I can't really add to anything that's already been said. He's great. Like, you know, Big Trouble in Little China, the Thing, you know, Hateful Eight.
Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah. So yeah, Kurt Russell all the way.
One of my favorite Kurt Russell movies is Breakdown. I know it's kind of random.
Yeah, Breakdown's. I'm glad it. Well, no, I'm glad Breakdown finally got a Blu-ray recently because all it's had is a shitty DVD, and it finally got a
Blu-ray recently. Oh hell yes!
Finally, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, I will recognize that Kurt Russell is the better actor and has the much better filmography. But man, I just have a lot of fun watching Jason Statham movies. Like, they're just great popcorn. Turn your brain off, sit down on the couch and watch them. I'm gonna give a vote to Jason Statham just so it's not a clean sweep.
Fair enough.
Sure, yeah. Give him a little love, but even so, Kurt Russell moving on. And then up next we have Aubrey Plaza going up against Joe Pesci. All right.
That's a weird.
Yeah.
What a weird match.
Yeah, it's a very weird matchup. Yeah. I think
I'm up first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, like I love Aubrey. I mean, I'm a Parks and Recs fan, so like I love Aubrey Plaza, but Pesci's my pick just because like he's just got such a killer filmography. Like, yeah, like the one you got there, My Cousin Vinny, but obviously Goodfellas and Casino and Raging Bull. Like, he's just like he's the man. Like, and he even recently in The Irishman, I was so glad he made like a comeback and was finally got to do another role because he's so good. Yeah, Pesci's my pick, and yeah, Pesci all the way.
Yeah. It was tough because like I have a lot of love for Joe Pesci. I mean, like,
what happened?
Like ever since Home Alone, like that's where I really liked him. But then like Goodfellas or like Casino or there's like a lot of those movies like My Cousin Vinny. Like the list goes on and on. But I want to give some love to Aubrey Plaza. Just because I feel like she's a very underrated actress. Like I'm a huge Parks and Rec fan. I love her in like a lot of kind of underrated, kind of almost like indie comedies, like The To-Do List or Safety Not Guaranteed, you know. And yeah, like she's a lot of fun. And, like her, the kind of quirky and weirdness, like her sense of humor really hits with me. Like I love really weird, off the beaten path kind of thing. That's totally my sense of humor. I love seeing her when she pops up on like talk shows too, because she always has the like awkwardness and everything. So I think here, like, I'm actually gonna give some love to Aubrey Plaza because she's one of my favorite actresses, and we got to get some more women on this thing. So I'm gonna vote Aubrey Plaza. Richie?
Yeah, I love Aubrey Plaza. I think she's underrated, as you said. When she does the talk show circuit, she's always entertaining with her very eccentric sense of humor, and I like seeing the talk show host reaction to some of her comments. Yeah, she just and she just doesn't give. I just like her sort of. She doesn't give a fuck. I kind of I like that. She's unapologetically her, and that's great. However, Joe Pesci, she's not. I mean, if we're talking about actors here, so Joe Pesci is obviously had the far bigger resume, and he's been in more iconic films, and he's amazing in everything he's in. Even like I'm glad he kind of made a little bit of a comeback with The Irishman. He was one of the best in The Irishman. So yes, Joe Pesci all the way, but I do like Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, because like in The Irishman, I thought Joe Pesci gave an amazing performance, but I don't know if anyone else agreed. The Irishman was a bit of a slog to get through, though. It was just long and kind of slow. So
nah, I loved it.
Great movie.
Yeah,
I love Scorsese movies, man. I don't mind.
Look at it. We could have cut about 30 minutes off, and I would have been fine.
No, it's an incredible movie.
Nah.
Perfect ending. It's literally a masterpiece.
Yeah. but anyways, Jacob, what do you think?
Yeah, these are two that I like. Don't really have anything negative to say about either of them. They've both made some pretty great movies that I love. I think Joe Pesci is just in better movies, so I'll go with Joe Pesci.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Chris?
Joe Pesci's rant in almost all the Lethal Weapon movies. That's all I need to say.
Oh yeah,
He's amazing
Yeah.
in those. So
What about
yeah,
the
Joe
Lethal
Pesci.
Weapon movies?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, Austin.
I started with Pesci.
Oh, you started out.
Yeah, but
right,
it's
then.
gonna be 4-1 for Pesci. Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike
Pesci.
Aubrey. Like I'm a Parks and Rec fan too. Like I love Aubrey, but
Yeah.
Joe
He was great
Pesci's
in Ingrid Goes West.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Ingrid Goes West. Yeah. But up next we got Will Ferrell going up against Michael J. Fox. Right.
All right.
So,
and Jordan, you're up first.
Well, Michael J. Fox was my pick. He's actually my number one favorite actor of all time, and like it's a tragedy what happened with him and all the Parkinson's stuff because he was an amazing actor. Just imagine if we got more solid movies from Michael J. Fox. I mean, he'd probably be still working to this day. I feel like, and like he just blows me away every single time. Like not even just from the from like Back to the Future. Like you got things like The Frighteners. I mean, you got things like even like Secret of My Success. That's what I was thinking of. So yeah, like I mean, he has a lot of underrated roles for like some of those movies, and like yeah, like he's one of the best. Like he's still alive, but I feel like as an actor that we lost in like acting roles, like way ahead of his time. Even like post Parkinson, like it was like fun to see him pop up on like Scrubs and like things like that. Even shout out Spin City. Like the best part of Spin City was the Michael J. Fox years. So yeah, I gotta give it to Michael J. Fox. And Will Ferrell's great. Like he's always solid. But I think that he has some of the best comedic timing of like any comedic actor. But like sometimes though, like he kind of wears on me a little bit, and like over time, I'll just be like, all right, I've had enough. Like his style of humor, but I never would say that about Michael J. Fox. Like, so yeah. Richie?
Yeah, I tend to like. I've seen more Will Ferrell movies because it was just more in sort of my time, sort of growing up. And he's great. Like he can really like I love Anchorman. I love like Step Brothers and stuff like that. But yeah, like his sort of like. I wish he would do more dramatic stuff, like Stranger Than Fiction. That was really good. Like like just because it, like you said, it's sort of like it comes really sort of samey after a while. It's like yeah, you know what you're gonna get with a Will Ferrell movie. He doesn't do anything sort of different. And then I just like his choices. Like more recently, have been kind of. I wish he'd get back on the right track. His movie choices recently have been kind of dog shit.
Yeah.
Holmes and Watson.
Yeah.
Holmes is a really bad movie. I wasn't. I mean, I liked aspects of that Eurovision movie, but it wasn't really my thing. But yeah, like I think like Michael J. Fox, like it's just I don't know. I sort of respond to him more as an actor. Really, Secret to My Success is underrated, and you got the Back to the Future. So I'm gonna go Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, I like Michael J. Fox. I think he's great in Back to the Future. Obviously, he was great in Family Ties. I think that's a pretty great show. But man, I'm a pretty big Will Ferrell fan. I mean, even though he does have some duds, some pretty big duds, I think overall he's got a pretty good filmography. And outside of Back to the Future, I don't really go back to a lot of Michael J. Fox, and there are quite a few Will Ferrell movies that I would go back and revisit, like Anchorman, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers is great. His voice role in the Lego Movie, he's great.
Yes.
Stranger Than Fiction is, I think, fantastic. So just because I would revisit more Will Ferrell movies than I do Michael J. Fox, I'm going to go with Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Chris?
So I like Michael J. Fox. He's been in some incredible movies over the years. But even with me not liking Will Ferrell's venture into the more serious, I mean, I kind of lean towards like Like I recently watched a movie with him where he's going to prison. That movie's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the one with Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
so
Yeah.
damn funny.
Hard.
And Step Brothers and so many other great movies that I will watch again and again. Yeah, absolutely Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Austin?
Michael J. Fox, because he's the voice of Chance in the Homeward Bound movies. You give it to him. Michael
Right.
J. Fox.
And Stuart Little.
Yeah, Stuart
Yep.
Little.
And from like, was it Treasure Planet or like one of those movies
Atlantis.
you've always?
Yeah,
That's
Atlantis,
right.
The Lost Empire.
It's like one of those forgotten Disney movies. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Forgotten.
yeah.
It's one of the
Well, for me,
greatest
at least.
movies. Yeah.
Mhm.
I never watch them, but what are the votes at?
3-2 for Michael.
Okay, Michael J. Fox. Moving on. All right.
Mhm.
So we got Kate Blanchett up next, going up against Ewan McGregor.
Kate.
Mm.
So Who's up
And this
first?
time it's down to Richie again.
all right.
All right, Kate Blanchett's my pick. Good old Australian lass. Yeah, she's probably one of the best actresses that's ever come out of this country. She's just amazing at everything. Like anything she's in. I think and I'll always go on my way to watch her movie. Ewan McGregor is really good too. It's really he deserves to sort of be in the conversation on this. I'm glad he's on this sort of list. And I love like Trainspotting is one of my favorite movies. Even the sequel wasn't that bad. I can't not go with Kate Blanchett because I think she's one of the best actresses working today. So Kate Blanchett.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, Kate is great. But Ewan McGregor is one of those actors for me where it's if I see that he's in the cast, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to see that. I thought he was great in Doctor Sleep. He was obviously great as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Big Fish was another great performance of his. And yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Ewan McGregor here, just because he's one of those actors that if he's in the cast, I'm more intrigued to see the movie.
Yeah.
Chris?
So I kind of had to remind myself what both Kate Blanchett and Ewan McGregor was in, but I mean, Kate Blanchett is very talented, but I lean more towards Ewan McGregor. I mean, just his performance in the Christopher Robin, that movie was amazing. Island was incredible. I got to go with Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Well, Austin?
Ewan McGregor, because we share the same birthday, March 31st.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Like we're going with Ewan McGregor, like mostly just for his performance on the third season of Fargo. Like he was freaking incredible at playing a twin opposite himself and like playing two completely different roles, which is really cool. And like Kate Blanchett, I recognize that she's great, but there's another one of those things where she's in a lot of movies that not really my style, like The Monuments Men, Carol, or like
Monument's great.
No, I hate that movie.
I love that movie so much. Yeah,
I won't tell the story now. I'll save it for our podcast, but which I already told is just a horrible date that I had where I hated it and the girl loved it and it caused an issue. But anyways, but she has been in like things like The Hobbit, she's been in Thor, so that's cool. But like still like just her style of acting just really doesn't excite me all that much. So I got to go with Ewan McGregor. So
all right.
So yeah. So with that, Ewan McGregor.
Apparently, Ewan McGregor is voicing Jiminy Cricket in the new Pinocchio movie.
Ooh.
That Guillermo del Toro is directing.
There you go.
Oh, Del Toro needs to leave his hands off movies. He needs to just go back to his horror house and stay there.
Yeah. Well,
no.
I wouldn't mind having Ewan McGregor on my shoulders, a little conscience.
Well, now I'm not going to be watching that movie because Del Toro's going to shit all over it. God. Sorry.
You never know. But anyways, up next we got Samuel L. Jackson going up against Nick Offerman. So. Yeah. So I believe
Jacob. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nick Offerman is good. I can't say, unfortunately, that I've seen a lot from him. Samuel L. Jackson is just about great in everything he does. Even if the movie's not great, he's great. There's I don't know. There's just something about him. I thought he was the best part about Spiral. I thought he wasn't in the movie very much, but when he was, I thought he was great. The list of movies he's in, I could just list those, but we don't have that much time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. Chris?
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like he called me names if I didn't vote for him.
Yeah, right.
I'd be okay with him calling me names.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah. No, Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson is motherfucking number 5 on my list because he's awesome in everything he does, and he's the man. Like, come on, nothing Nick Offerman's ever done is as good as Pulp Fiction. Like, come on, like I love Parks and Recreation, but like he is Ron Swanson, and he's pretty much been Ron Swanson and everything. And like I love Parks and Rec, but come on, it's Samuel L. Jackson. Like he's the man. He's been the man for 30 years.
Yeah, and for me, when I was making my list, I just made it like based solely on like my favorite things. Like I wasn't really taking into account who's the greatest of all time or any of that stuff. It was just a very personal list. So actually, I have Nick Offerman ranked at number 2 for me. So he's my pick, just because like the manliness and like everything that like he exudes is like something that I aspire to be more like. The only thing is, I'm not big into facial hair. I'm never gonna rock that epic beard or mustache or anything. But like he's hands down my favorite part of Parks and Rec, and like the reason why like I rewatch that like at least once a year, the entire series, and yeah, like I think that he's freaking awesome. But that being said, like Samuel Jackson, like I don't really know how I could pick Nick Offerman over an actor who's had such a huge filmography and like incredible, amazing performances that he's had. So, even though for me personally, Nick Offerman's my number 2. Samuel L. Jackson overall, like if you compare it to the greatest of all time, he's like leaps and bounds ahead. So I got to vote Samuel L. Jackson. Richie?
I'm reminded of the Ted 2 joke. It's like, oh, who's Sam Jackson? You know, every movie ever, he's the black guy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, but yeah, no, he like Sam Jackson's in everything, and he's amazing in everything, even if the movie's not that good. You know, like even like recently, the Hitman's wife's bodyguard. Whatever.
Oh, I love those movies.
It's like the second one wasn't great, but he was good in it. Nick Offerman's cool, but I just know him from Parks and Rec. Like he's good. He's good. Like, when he shows up and stuff, he's good. He's good in The Founder.
Yes.
But yeah, like I don't think as much respect to have for Nick Offerman. I don't think there's much of a contest. Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob.
Still Samuel L. Jackson.
Play sweet. It's still Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Still Sam Jackson.
You went first. Sorry, when we come back around, somebody forget who went first. But yeah,
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson.
6-0.
Yeah. So we got Ben Mendelsohn going up against Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Interesting.
2 sons. Son versus son.
Yeah.
Mendelsohn, Mikkelsen.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
Oh, they're both in Rogue One.
Tough. Yeah.
And both my picks. God damn.
Oh yeah.
They both play like really great villains. So,
Chris.
I gotta go with Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to fade, guys, and I do have to sadly work earlier tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to bow out
Sure.
so I can crash.
No worries.
All right, guys. But
Yeah,
I'm glad I was able to be here for at least the first part of this. Obviously, I think you know what I'm going to ask you. Can I propose an honorable mention?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Humphrey Bogart. I don't think any of you guys are going to bring him up.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah, but do you have anything that you want to plug or anything you want to mention? Like,
not that I can think of. No. Yeah, you can just put up the rolling ticker at the end there. That would have
All right. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Have a good one.
All right.
And once again, glad I was able to make it on here. Bye.
Yeah. Well, good night.
Have a good night.
All right. Well, Austin.
Yeah, this one I'm gonna give to Mads because his interpretation of Hannibal was awesome, and he's been great since like Casino Royale. Like he's awesome. Like he's so intimidating. He's the man. Ben Mendelsohn's cool, but he's only kind of really come into prominence the last couple of years. But Mads has been low key killing it for like 15 years, so he's been pretty great.
Yeah. And yeah, I got to give it to Mads Mikkelsen too. Like he just plays some really menacing villains. Like he played Le Chiffre. Is that who he is from Bond?
Le Chiffre, yeah.
Yeah. So like he was awesome as that character, and yeah, like it's like pretty much echoing everything that you said. Hannibal Lecter, all that stuff. Like he's great. So yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. Richie.
Yeah, this is hard. This is both my choices, so it's really Mads Mikkelsen is number 2. And also like Ben Mendelsohn is really awesome. I wish he was more. Hopefully he gets up there. Like more people know about him. Like he like one of the better Australian movies that came out in the last 10 years is Animal Kingdom. He's fantastic in that movie. He's he's fantastic in Rogue One. He Placed on the Pines. He steals it. But Mads Mikkelsen is. I'll go with Mads Mikkelsen. I think again probably similar to Ben. He steals everything he's in. I just recently watched. I reviewed got a screen and reviewed a movie for a magazine I interned for. And it's called Riders of Justice. It's a Danish movie. It's okay. It's also like it's as well as like being kind of bit kind of tragic. It's also hilarious. It's weird, but like he's amazing. That he commands the screen. So I'll go Mads Mikkelsen, but I think people okay. I will shout out Ben Mendelsohn. I think more people need to see his movies. He's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jacob, what you got?
I'm gonna go Mads Mikkelsen as well. If you guys have not seen the movie Arctic, I would highly recommend that.
It's great.
Mads Mikkelsen is great in that. Pretty much by himself for most of it. Outside of the other person that's with him, but he's great. Haven't seen a bad performance from him yet, even if the movie is kind of like that Netflix movie Polar, but he was fantastic in it. So Mads Mikkelsen, but Ben Mendelsohn, he's great too. But Mads Mikkelsen's better.
With that, Mads Mikkelsen, moving on. So, all right. And up next, we got Ben Stiller going up against Chris Evans. So we're almost done. This may be the last, or I think there's one more after the round one. So who's up first?
I'll just keep it short and say Perkus Power with Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Like I'm the same way. Just like Ben Stiller's my pick. So and I think that like just seeing him from Heavyweight, seeing him from Happy Gilmore. I love those kind of like niche roles. I'm also a huge fan of Zoolander 1. Like I'm not a fan of what they did to pretty much butcher the entire franchise on Zoolander 2, but the first one is amazing. And I Meet the Parents. I mean, like even on The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, like that movie is awesome too. Like I kind of connected with all the things that he does in that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ben Stiller. Richie?
Yeah, I'll go with Ben Stiller just because I've seen more of his stuff. But I'll give shout out Chris Evans. Like, yeah, obviously people mostly know him for Captain America, but he's really good in like Knives Out. I think he's fantastic in that movie. Yeah, and and like sort of a bit like Scott Pilgrim, but Ben Stiller for me. Yeah, like something about Mary, meet the parents. And like Walter Mitty, I didn't mind. So yeah, I'll go Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm actually gonna go with Chris Evans. I think outside of the MCU, which he's really good in, I think he was the perfect choice for Captain America and Steve Rogers. But outside of that, he's done some pretty good stuff. Knives Out was mentioned; he was fantastic in that. I thought he was really good in Gifted. I'm excited to see him as the voice of Buzz Lightyear in the upcoming Lightyear movie. Even though expectations might be low, because I think the Toy Story train might be running out of steam. Even though all of them are good. But yeah, no, Chris Evans. Yeah, I'll go with him.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Awesome.
3-1 for Stiller. No, I already voted for Perkins. I already voted for Tony Perkins.
But, right. Get a quick vote. Yeah. But I do want to shout out also Snowpiercer too. That's another great.
Oh yeah, Snowpiercer
movie too. Yeah. but
the sad thing is that the babies taste the best.
Yeah, the babies. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But this one of Malcolm's picks, Thomasin McKenzie from Jojo Rabbit, because he went to shout out the New Zealand, and then
she's great.
Tim Allen, which is one of my picks. So.
Oh, okay. Jordan, well, if he's one of your picks, I'm assuming you're voting for him.
Yeah, but Thomasin McKenzie was a lot of fun. And also, I want to point out she was Malcolm's number 1 too. So
oh wow,
crazy.
Malcolm, you're pretty high, but
Malcolm.
yeah, but because Jojo Rabbit was a great movie. I working at a movie theater at the time when it came out, so I saw it 3 times in theaters because I got to see it for free, so that was nice. But Tim Allen is just so great. Like he hasn't done too many movies, but I love him even in the Santa Claus. That's a huge guilty pleasure for me, or the movie For Richer or For Poor is another one, and then but the biggest thing is definitely Home Improvement. Like I'm a huge Home Improvement fan, and then as well as Last Man Standing, and even a stand-up comedy, I think is really underrated. So yeah, I gotta go Tim Allen. Richie?
I'm really not much of a Tim Allen guy. I do I love his voice work as Buzz Lightyear. It's kind of funny. We're just talking about Buzz Lightyear. Then the next thing pops up is Tim Allen. But I'll Buzz Lightyear. I don't. I mean, Santa Claus is fine. Home Improvement. I used to watch that when as a kid. I didn't mind that. But I don't know. I guess I will say each to their own. But Thomas McKenzie number 1. She's only 16 years old. She's been in 4 or 5 things. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't totally get it, but that's fine. But she is great. She's great. I did see her in a movie just recently called Lost Girls with I think Amy Ryan, and on a Netflix movie, and she's really good in it. So I will go with Thomas McKenzie, but it's an interesting pick.
Yeah. Yep, for Malcolm's number 1, but Jacob, you got?
Yeah, no, Thomasin McKenzie is a great actress, and I said this about Florence Pugh in the chat earlier. If we do this again in 5 years, the choice to pick Thomasin McKenzie might be an easier one. However, right now it's not. She's been in 2 movies that I've seen, Jojo Rabbit and Leave No Trace with Ben Foster, I believe, which was a great movie. She's really good.
I forgot about that.
But just longevity, gotta go with Tim Allen.
Yep. Austin?
Yeah, Maybe once I see Last Night in Soho, the new Edgar Wright movie that she's in, maybe I'll sort of see her in a bigger role, because I saw her in Old and I wasn't impressed, but that's more because of Shyamalan's weird writing.
Oh yeah, she's in Old.
trying to deliver that weird ass writing in that movie. But like Tim Allen, yeah, I've loved him ever since like Home Improvement and Santa Claus and Galaxy Quest. Like he's fucking awesome in Galaxy Quest. And yeah, he's great. And like obviously he's Buzz Lightyear and he's tremendous in that. So yeah, I'll go with Tim Allen. But yeah, ask me again in 5 years and maybe I'll say her. But yeah, for right now it's Tim Allen.
Yeah. Not to mention Christmas with the Cranks. Come on.
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
Joe somebody. Yeah, of course, right?
Wild Hogs. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No. Less said about that movie, better. Yeah, right. But coming up next, we got Simon Pegg going to bring it to Harrison Ford. Right.
Ooh, still got a few more to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Richie.
So, Richie, yeah, you got.
And this was actually tough. I think more of my, like sort of my growing up was with Simon Pegg. I like the show Spaced, where he started. Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is great. Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, Harrison Ford is really good. Everything is in, even if the movie's not that great. Like I thought he was good in that. Was it Call of the Wild? Even that movie is not that great with that CGI dog. But yeah. But I'm gonna. I love Harrison Ford, but I'm gonna go Simon Pegg on this one.
Yeah. Jacob?
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, no, Simon Pegg is really good. Shaun of the Dead that was mentioned. He's great in Star Trek, I think. He's really good in his role in the Mission Impossible franchise. But Harrison Ford just has those iconic characters. He's got Han Solo, Indiana Jones. I mean, yeah, Harrison Ford is just great. I wish Harrison Ford was my grandpa.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Harrison Ford.
Grumpy old man that he's earned the right to be a grumpy old man. Yes, But Austin.
Yeah, as much as I love Hot Fuzz as well, like one of my favorite movies of all time, like Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford. Like he's Han Solo, he's Indiana Jones, like he's Deckard from Blade Runner. Like I don't even like Blade Runner, but like he's awesome in that movie. Like he's fucking Harrison Ford, man. Like he's the fugitive. Come on, like Harrison Ford's great. Yeah, I'll go with him.
Yeah, well, for me, like, so I love Harrison Ford as Han Solo and as Indiana Jones, and then I really like him in the Fugitive too. But like for me, like that's kind of where it stops for me. Like I don't really have a lot of other Harrison Ford characters or movies that I really like. But like Simon Pegg, like pretty much any time that he pops up, like I just love him. Like just seeing him in Star Trek, seeing him in Mission Impossible, just like seeing him in any of the Cornetto trilogy movies are freaking awesome. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, all of that. Like yeah, he just saw it all the way around. And also, one of my guilty pleasure movies, it's a movie me and my mom kind of bonded over because we both found it hilarious. Is the movie Run, Fat Boy, Run. So that movie, it's pretty great. So if you ever, if you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend checking that one out. But yeah, I'm gonna go Simon Pegg.
Well, 2.5 hours in, we have our first tie because Chris dropped out, so we're going to our tiebreaker. And how our tiebreaker works for anybody watching is we'll start at the bottom with the tiebreaker votes, and they'll rotate every time we need one. So, Richie, you get the tiebreaker vote, and with the tiebreaker vote, just to remind everybody, you don't have to stick with the vote you had. You can switch it last minute if you want to. So you can vote for whoever you like.
Yeah, I'm glad we can do that because I think, listening to you guys' points, I think I'll switch it to Harrison Ford. I love Simon Pegg, but yeah, I think Harrison Ford deserves at least go to round 2. So yeah, Harrison Ford.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he switches and Harrison Ford goes through. Yeah.
I'm not mad about it at all. Like I'm actually still a big Harrison Ford fan. So, but moving on, we got Ryan Reynolds going up against Cliff Curtis, which is one of Malcolm's picks.
Okay.
Another New Zealand guy.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to pick. actors. I'm just
Yeah.
No, I'm
So, yeah,
not looking up what movies he's been in.
Yeah. He was in Fear the Walking Dead. He's the main guy from that. So
Oh, I did not watch that. Oh,
no.
he was in
But,
Doctor Sleep.
yeah, but
Yeah.
who's up first?
So it'll be Jacob first.
Jacob.
So you're gonna vote for the guy you don't know, or you're gonna vote for Deadpool?
Oh no, okay, yeah, no, he was the guy that Ewan McGregor's character met in Doctor Sleep.
Sleep.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going for Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds. Still going with Ryan Reynolds. I think he's great. Even though I think lately some of his characters have been Deadpool-esque. But I'm not saying that in a bad way at all, because Deadpool is a great character. But even before then, I thought he was great. I thought he was great in Waiting. And even in the Hitman's Bodyguard. I haven't seen the sequel yet. I've got it, but I just haven't popped it in yet because I'm lazy, I guess. Ryan Reynolds is great. I'm gonna go with Ryan Reynolds over the guy I know from one movie.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I appreciate Malcolm putting a character actor who's been steadily working for like 30 years on the list. I mean, I'm always appreciative of good character actors. But like Cliff Curtis, he's always just kind of like, you never watch a movie because he's in it. Like he's one of those guys who pops up and you're like, oh, he's a solid actor. I'm glad he's in that role. But I wouldn't really know him otherwise. Ryan Reynolds is pretty great. He's a lot of fun. He puts everything into his movies. I'll go Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, like Ryan Reynolds is awesome. Like I think that he did Deadpool justice 100%. I'm a massive Deadpool fan. I got my little Deadpool bobblehead guy just kind of sitting next to the computer here. Like I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I've read like so many of the comics, and like some of my favorite comics, they're always filled with like a lot of third wall breaking, a lot of sense of humor, like a lot of that stuff, and then like just like it gets super ultra violent too, which is a lot of fun for a comic book. But then like also just some of his other movies I want to shout out, like the movie Definitely Maybe's one of my favorite rom-coms. The movie Buried, where it's just him like inside a coffin for 2 hours, and it's actually really interesting, and like you're on the edge of your seat the entire time. So like he's great. So and then there's one other one I was gonna see that I wrote down. Well, anyways, I'll leave it at. Oh yeah, the one I wanted to mention was the movie Life. So like the one where they're in space and they find some kind of weird kind of organism in space. That movie actually really terrified me, because the movies that like scare me the most are always really like anxiety driven movies, not really the like blood and gore or like serial killer movies, like the ones that they're like really anxiety filled, and that one really got to me. So yeah. I'll vote Ryan Reynolds.
Richie.
So it sounds like Ryan Reynolds for the win.
I'm probably
right.
Richie can vote.
Oh yeah, sorry, you didn't vote yet. Huh.
I'm probably more familiar with Cliff Curtis than anyone else on this panel, because I used to live in New Zealand, and I'm sort of part Kiwi, so Cliff Curtis is sort of a big deal there. Like he shows up in everything. He's really good in Training Day as well. Just another one shout out. But I'll vote for. I like Ryan Reynolds. I do sort of agree with Jacob's point that he sort of he just sort of plays different versions of Deadpool lately. But he is in one of my favorite sort of rom-coms, Just Friends. I'll vote for. Just so it's not a clean sweep, I will vote for Cliff Curtis. But I have no issue with Ryan Reynolds going through.
Yeah,
and also Free Guy was a pretty big surprise for me. Like I actually laughed a lot more than I thought that I would. I was laughing throughout the whole thing. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, I would recommend it. But that's the end of round one finally, because we.
All right, at 2:38.
We had a few people drop in and out. We had to kind of like shift around a little bit, but yeah. So now we can fly through. We don't.
So now we're gonna fly through. We're gonna, as usual, we're gonna hit the gas. make just as rapid fire decisions as you can, about 10 seconds or less. And with 4 people, we should be able to get to a winner pretty quickly. So let's fly through and see what happens.
There are some omissions that I'm surprised at that I will bring up later.
Oh yeah, if you want to mention a few people real quick before we move on, I think we were going to do that anyway. So if you want to mention a few people,
we're going to do some shout outs.
You maybe would have liked to seen on the list or whatever. Yeah, Jacob, you want to throw some out there? I know you weren't officially a part of it, but
I wasn't.
Really
no, I would have added Johnny Depp. He's in my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Washington. I'm surprised he wasn't on anyone's list. Glenn Close is another one. I think she's a great actress. Yeah, I think those are the 3 that I'm surprised at the most. Well, Johnny Depp not as much, but definitely the other 2 I'm a little surprised didn't get mentions.
Yeah.
Richie, any ones you want to shout out?
Robert De Niro is a big omission. I feel like.
And so is Al Pacino. Yeah, Robert De Niro and Pacino are both not on here.
Yeah. Robert Duvall is another big name. Yeah, people.
With all those guys back from The Godfather,
right? I had Chris Hemsworth. I thought maybe he could. I enjoy him a lot. That's sort of the ones that I can think of from the top of my head. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Austin, do you have any honorable mentions?
I might have put De Niro on my list if he hadn't made such dog shit the last 10 years, where he's just like completely ruined his reputation. Like he's made just awful decisions. Like I wish he would just stick to good movies. Anyways, but like Jeff Goldblum is one of my other favorites. Wesley Snipes is actually low-key one of my favorite actors. He's always great. Sigourney Weaver, Donald Sutherland, John Candy, and Christopher Lee are some of my other alternate favorites.
Actually, somebody in the chat brought up John Candy too, and Brian. So, oh wait, no, sorry, next one. There you go.
Yeah, he's one of my alternates, but yeah.
Yeah, for me. Well, for me, yeah. So like I don't want to bring up 5, and these are kind of more personal ones. They're not really ones that maybe I would necessarily consider greatest of all time, but for me, they're just kind of personal picks. But I would consider Jane Litch. I think she's a very underrated a comedic actress. I would put John Bernthal on there on The Punisher. Like he's always great in like Fury and like any of those movies that he shows up in. He's going to be in the Many Saints of Newark, so I'm looking forward to seeing him there. And I've met him twice, and like he's one of the coolest guys that I've ever met out of any celebrity. So and then I wanted to shout out Dylan O'Brien. I think he's a very underrated up and coming actor from the Maze Runner series, and then he was in that movie Love and Monsters. So and then also Charlize Theron. I think was probably one of my favorite actresses, and then also Jack Black too. So
I forgot to mention Michael Keaton. What the fuck is?
Oh yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah, Adam 64 slots. So
driver as well.
I've got 2 more that I just thought of that I probably would have put on my list, even though I wasn't an official part of this. Anne Hathaway, I think she's great. And then just for all the motion capture, I think he's great in all the motion capture he does. Andy Serkis, I think
for sure
he would have been a good one to put on.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we might do this again in about a year from now with maybe a slightly different panel, and we can kind of see how it plays out over time. So yeah. But yeah, we'll just move on to round 2. So who was up next in the voting?
I'm up first. So we got Will Smith versus Farley. I voted against Will last time just because he was up against Affleck, but I'll vote for him this time. He's the bigger star, probably the better overall actor. If we'd had a little more Farley, I'd probably vote for him, but unfortunately, he only had really about a dozen or so appearances. So I'll go Will.
Yeah, but for me, I think I got to go with Chris Farley. Just because nobody makes me laugh more than Chris Farley. Like he's one of the funniest human beings that ever walked the earth, in my opinion. Like he's just so funny. Like I like to think of like what we would have got if he he wouldn't have passed away so soon, so we would have probably got some incredible stuff. So I'll go Farley. Richie?
Yeah, just for longevity's sake, you got to go Will Smith. Chris Farley was great, and charismatic, but yeah, it's like he only had a short tenure in film, so Will Smith.
Yeah, Jacob.
Yep, the Fresh Prince is moving on.
Yep.
All right, 3-1
Yep.
for Will Smith.
Moving from West Philadelphia to round 3, right?
To the Sweet 16.
Yeah. So, we got Drew Barrymore up next, going up against Seth Rogen. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Considering both comedy. I'm trying to think if they've ever appeared in a movie together. Like, I'm sure they probably have at some point. But probably for me, I got to go Seth Rogen here. I didn't vote for him in the last round, but I think I'll vote for him this round. I mean, I do like Drew Barrymore, but I'll go Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm.
Richie?
I don't think they have appeared in a movie together, but I'd love to see it. That'd be a good pairing. But you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna still show some love. I love Seth Rogen, but I'm gonna still show some love for Drew Barrymore here. So Drew Barrymore.
Yeah. Jacob?
Man, this one is hard. I'm gonna, and they have appeared in the movie together. They were both in Donnie Darko, but
Really?
I'm gonna go with Seth Rogen here. He makes me
I don't know,
laugh.
either one of them was in Donnie Darko.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, they're both in Donnie Darko. I forgot.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen.
Austin?
I'll give some love to Rogen for his performance as Steve Jobs as Wozniak. He was great. So Seth Rogen. He can act.
They can.
I
Yeah.
thought he was great in Funny People.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good in a lot. Yeah.
50-50. That was another one too that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But comedy is still acting. So
Mm-hmm.
Long Shot was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But with Philip Seymour Hoffman going up against spoiler.
It's Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
All
Not really
right, Richie.
spoiler. We've seen everyone on the list.
Mhm.
I love Brendan Fraser, but Philip Seymour Hoffman is far superior.
Yeah.
So-
Jacob?
Brendan Fraser made The Mummy and George of the Jungle and Looney Tunes Back in Action. Philip Seymour Hoffman did not.
Yep. True.
Mhm.
Yep. Austin?
Man, Hoffman's clearly the more powerhouse actor, but if I'm going with my heart and
Yeah.
movies that I go back and watch a lot, like
Love it.
I might have to go with Brendan Fraser on this one, even though I voted against him last. I'll go with Brendan on this one.
Yeah, like Brendan Fraser is the actor that I go back to more often. You know, the Mummy, Journey to the Center of the Earth, Bedazzled, Blast from the Past. You can just name those all off the top of my head, and they're all some of my favorite kind of like movies. Like if you put like 10 movies in front of me, I'm like, there's a really high chance I'm going to pick one of those to watch. So I'll go with Brendan Fraser.
All right.
All right, so with that, Brendan Fraser beating that Seymour Hoffman in a bit of an upset, but
Mhm.
but moving on, we got Steve Carell going up against Matthew McConaughey.
McConaughey. All right. Jacob's up first.
Right.
Steve Carell.
Yeah. Austin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's my vote.
All right. Well, I'm gonna vote for Michael Scott here, so that'll be my vote.
Richie.
McConaughey.
Ooh,
Tie.
we got a tie.
All right, Jacob. You can do the right thing here.
You can.
You know what? I just started thinking Matthew McConaughey has probably one of my favorite like Oscar acceptance speeches of all time. So I will switch my vote and go McConaughey.
Oh,
right.
the switch. Yeah. All right. So
I'm
McConaughey
not
gets
mad
it.
about it. Like McConaughey's
That's
great,
awesome.
so yeah. But
I mean, I would have been fine with either of them moving on.
yeah, same. But next we have Kristen
Stewart against Brad Pitt.
Are we getting to that?
Told you.
All right.
When have the whole
I'm up
world
first.
like angry at you.
Yeah, I had fun. I had fun with the Kristen Stewart thing last time, but goddamn, it's Brad Pitt. He's like my number 2 on my list. Like Brad Pitt's fucking awesome. Like Brad Pitt. Come on, by like a country mile.
Yeah.
What are you going to pick, Jordan?
Well, I'm gonna go with Kristen Stewart because she's way better than Brad Pitt. Not.
Yeah, right.
No, no, I got to go with
Said it's official.
with Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
hands down, easy.
Mhm.
So, Richie.
I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go Kristen Stewart, man, to spite you, but also I like it. So yeah, Kristen Stewart.
All right. Fair enough. Jacob.
Just because I think it's funny that in this matchup, Kristen Stewart could tie Brad Pitt, I'm gonna vote for Kristen Stewart.
All right.
See,
Do the
it's
right
all fun and
thing,
games.
Austin.
Well, yeah, I
I know who
will.
has the
Brad Pitt wins. Like, are you guys
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
stupid?
Yep.
Like, it's
Not
Brad
stupid
Pitt.
here.
He's one
Come
of the,
on. Yeah, yeah.
he's the movie star of movie stars. Get out of here.
Yeah,
No,
right.
look, I had fun with it last time, pissing off Jordan, but like, I'm not gonna piss off the entire world this
Yeah.
time. Like, get out of here.
You're one of the few actors that like shows up on set in his own private helicopter most times. So yeah. I've heard the stories, yeah. but moving on, we got Anthony Hopkins going up against Jim Carrey. All right.
Okay. Jordan, you're up first.
Man, this one's tough because another one where it's like going with my heart to pick Jim Carrey, but I do recognize that Anthony Hopkins is probably far and away the better actor. I just got to go with my heart, and I probably watch a Jim Carrey movie any day over a Anthony Hopkins movie. So Jim Carrey. Richie?
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Jacob?
Yeah, I recognize Anthony Hopkins is the better talent, but I revisit Jim Carrey more. So I'll go with Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, same with me for Jim Carrey. He's just more rewatchable. So I got to go with my heart, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is moving on. All right.
Mhm.
So then we got Nick Cage going up against Sam Rockwell. Okay.
Oh, that's an interesting match. Okay,
Yeah.
Richie.
Sam Rockwell.
Yeah. Jacob?
Man, I just have a lot of fun with Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Yep. Austin?
Yeah, I could watch Nick Cage do just about anything. Like, I love that Rockwell's made it out of the first round is on this list, but like, I got to go with Nick Cage.
Yeah. I got to go with Nick Cage too because for Nick Cage, I love that those good movies and his bad movies. For Sam Rockwell, I love the good ones, but I probably don't go back to any of the bad ones. So I got to go with Nick Cage.
All right,
So,
Nick Cage,
Nick
moving
Cage,
forward.
moving on. Let's see. All right. Let's see. So we got Tom Hiddleston going up against Joel Edgerton.
Joel Edgerton. Okay.
Right.
Jacob. Oh, okay.
Jacob.
Ooh.
Getting tough.
I could probably rewatch Warrior over and over. I'm gonna go with Joel Edgerton.
Yeah. Austin?
Let's go with young Uncle Owen. Yeah, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, and I love pretty much almost everything Tom Hiddleston has done better than Joel Edgerton, except for Warrior. That like Warrior is like might be my favorite like fighting movie of all time, like combat sport movie. And that's after seeing all the Rocky movies and then like thinking those are near masterpieces. So for that movie alone, I got to vote Joel Edgerton. Richie?
Clean sweep. Joel Edgerton.
Clean sweep for the Aussie.
Yeah.
All right. He's got one in contention in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be the end of that round. Let's see what we got over here. We got Lee Van Cleef who made it to the.
Hey, my boy, Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah.
That's
Against
right.
Leo. Oh shoot.
Oh fuck.
Oh shoot.
Oh damn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I'm up first.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sorry, Lee. Hey, I'm real happy you made it out of the first round. Hey, Lee Van Cleef made it further than some of these other actors, so I'm happy about that. But fucking Leo is the king of Hollywood right now, in my opinion. So Leo.
Yeah, I gotta go with Leo by like 10 miles. So yeah, Leo.
Mm.
Richie.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'd be fun to vote against him just for being silly, but I can't do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo.
Jacob.
Leo.
Yeah, there's certain times where I got to be realistic. Like, I love Lee Van Cleef, but
Yeah,
come
I
on,
don't think
it's
he's
fucking
put in a
DiCaprio.
bad performance ever.
It'd be
Ever,
funny
yeah.
to say that Lee Van Cleef won the draw against Leo, but I think maybe even Leo might outdraw him.
He could definitely win a quick draw.
for-
No, he could do it. Yeah, he could do it.
Django.
Even his
Like,
character,
he
the
might-
kid, and no, because the only one that's ever done quick draw is Quick and the Dead when he was like the kid, and even then,
True.
like he got outdrawn in that movie.
That is
Lee
true.
Van Cleef
Yeah.
kick his ass in a western.
yeah. But next we got Francis McDormand going up against
That's
Clint
Clint
Eastwood.
Eastwood.
All right. So-
Jordan.
I'm gonna go with Clint Eastwood on this one. Let's keep it short. Richie?
I've seen more of their stuff. Francis McDormand.
Yeah. Jacob?
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 3-time Oscar winner, Francis McDormand.
Yeah. Austin?
He's on my list, so I got to go with Clint Eastwood.
We got a tie.
And
Right.
Jordan's the tiebreaker.
Well, really, the only thing I really ever recognize Francis McDormand in is Fargo and 3 Billboards. Like, I don't really know too many of her other movies, but like, I could probably name you 10 movies off the top of my head from Clint Eastwood. So I'm gonna go Clint Eastwood.
All right.
Clint Eastwood for the win. All right, so we got Bill Paxton up next, going up against Robin Williams.
Robin
All right.
Williams. Oh.
Hmm.
Rest in peace, both of these guys. Damn, they
Yeah.
both should still be with us. Shit.
Yeah, right.
Richie.
They both passed away. Yeah, shoot.
Mhm.
Richie.
This is hard. I really like Bill Paxton. I like how I do like that he's on this list. But Robin Williams.
Yeah. Jacob.
Let's go with Robin.
Yeah. Austin.
My heart's with Bill Paxton.
Oh. Yeah, like a huge part of me wants to vote for Bill Paxton because I do love the guy, but I got to go with Robin Williams. So.
All right, 3-1 for
Williams.
Robin.
Marching on. All right. Up next, we got Kurt Russell going up against Joe Pesci.
Joe
all right?
Pesci. Ah, shit.
Yeah. Shoot. All right.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah, I gotta go Kurt Russell this time.
Yeah.
Son of a
Austin?
bitch. God, these guys were like neck and neck on my list. I think they're like one apart from each other.
Dang.
God damn it. By a bearded hair, Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Probably I gotta go with Joe Pesci because he was in my favorite family movie of all time, Home Alone. So I gotta go with.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Goodfellas.
No, that's definitely not a family movie.
My favorite family film, Raging Bull.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, right.
It had family.
What a family
Welcome
dynamic.
through.
Yeah, just beating the wives, and yeah, what a great family
Yeah,
dynamic.
right. But yeah,
Richie?
Richie.
Yeah. Kurt Russell.
All right.
We got a tie, right?
3-1 for Kurt. No.
Okay.
No, not a tie. Yeah.
The reason I thought that you voted for Joe Pesci, Austin, but
No, I said by a beard it was Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Right.
Ask him in 10 minutes and he might.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
change my mind in 10 minutes and be like, fuck, I should have voted for Pesci. But oh well.
Yes.
Mm.
Seriously. But we got Michael J. Fox up next, going up against Ewan McGregor. All right.
Okay. And I'm up first. I'll say Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Michael J. Fox too. He's my number one, and yeah, gone. Well, like not gone, but like gone from acting far too soon. He's still alive, but I wish he was could act the way he did in this movie. So
I kind of
Richie?
wish he put Jason Bateman on this list so we could have potentially Teen Wolf as Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf
yeah,
too.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Ewan McGregor just because I've seen him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Jacob.
Jacob?
I will also go with Ewan McGregor.
All right. Well, now we do have a
Right, well,
tie, and it's back down to Richie for the tiebreaker. What are you gonna do?
You want to keep it or switch?
No, Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ewan
He's really
McGregor.
great in I Love You, Philip Morris, by the way. Go watch that movie with Jim Carrey.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
really good. He's really good in that movie.
The movie always got to me because of like the gratuitous sex scene between him and Jim Carrey. But it is a good movie though.
And those two could meet in the finals.
Yeah,
could.
right. Yeah. It could happen. But next week we got Mr. Jackson going up against Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. All right.
Who
Jordan.
plays the better villains? Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, Mads Mikkelsen. Like you're great, but I got to go with Samuel L. Jackson.
They're both in Star Wars and the MCU.
Yeah, but I don't want him coming after me with some motherfuckers. So no, I'm good. So, Richie.
Mads Mikkelsen. I'll continue this guy.
Yep. Jacob.
Yeah, Sam Jackson.
Yep. Austin.
Sam Jackson, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Mads, but it's Sam Jackson, dude.
Sam Jackson. All right, moving on. All right, next up we got Ben Stiller up against Tim Allen. All right,
Tim Allen. Okay, two comedians. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of feel like I don't think they've ever done a movie together, but I kind of feel like they should have by now for some
Yeah, they
reason.
should have.
I don't
Yeah,
know,
right.
Unless it was something animated, but yeah, I'm not sure about that. Maybe
Yeah.
Jacob can fact check that real quick since he fact checked the other one.
Yeah.
Richie, Ben Stiller, and Tim Allen.
Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Jacob.
I will go Ben Stiller here.
Austin.
I'll go slightly to Tim Allen on this one.
I think I'll go slightly to Tim Allen also. So.
Okay.
a little
All
higher
right,
on my
another
list.
tie, and this one goes to Jacob.
These are both mine.
I wasn't confident in my Ben Stiller pick.
But you chose them, so you know.
I
Yeah.
did, but not
Think of
confidently.
all their roles. Just think of all of the things that they've done.
Oh, I'm gonna show some love to my childhood and Toy Story, and move.
Yeah,
Tim
let's
Allen
go.
on.
Yeah.
Why
Tim
not?
Allen.
Tim
Yes.
Allen. Okay.
Ho, 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 ho.
And
Another
in
next
trying
round.
to fact check, I have not seen that Ben Stiller and Tim Allen have been in.
Yeah, I don't think they have.
Yeah.
It seems like they should have
They
at
should.
some point, but they should have crossed paths, but they didn't.
If you guys are watching it, and we know that you are Tim Allen and Ben Stiller, you guys need to do a movie together, right?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, they're totally watching this
Absolutely.
right now.
Yep. But next we got Harrison Ford and Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh,
All right.
Oh,
Mm.
So Austin, are you up or
Jacob.
okay?
ooh, I'm gonna go Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Austin.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Ryan Reynolds, and also because he has one of the best YouTube channels of any celebrity to watch. Like he's got some really good stuff on it. So, Richie.
that can be brown, that can be blue. That anyway.
Yeah.
Grace Kelly thing. I'm gonna go Harrison Ford.
We got another tie.
Another
Right.
tie goes to me. Harrison Ford, man. It's Indiana Jones.
Ooh, all right.
Mhm.
Indiana Jones, yeah. That makes
Mhm.
sense. A little more iconic. Just a little. but yeah, that'll be the end of round 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're into the Sweet 16, so the ones who win this one will be in the
16,
poll in
let's
our
see,
Elite Eight.
Yeah. So this is determine who's going to be in the pool tomorrow. So vote for yourself, but try not to piss off the fans too much, right? But who's up first? Austin?
I'm up first. What is it?
Okay.
So it's Will Ferrell and Seth
Will
Rogen.
Will Smith and Seth Rogen.
Sorry. Well, I was getting my starts. Both in. No. Yeah. I'll go. Man, that one's. This was kind of tough. I think I'll go by a hair. I'll go Seth Rogen.
This one's kind of tough too, yeah, because like Will Smith hasn't really done anything great lately, but he's done great things in the past. He has movies that I really love: Independence Day, I Am Legend, some of those. So I'm gonna go Will Smith, just by a small margin. Richie?
Yeah, I'm the same by a small margin. Will Smith.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna keep showing love to the Fresh Prince.
Yep. Fresh
right.
Prince. All right.
Will Smith. Moving on.
My favorite show of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's moving in with his auntie and uncle in the lead eight, right? Yeah.
Will
But
Smith is our first to lead eight. Brendan Fraser, kind of the dark horse of the
Brendan
tournament.
Fraser?
Yeah, kind of the heart of the tournament so far against Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
All right, Jordan.
All right. You know what? Like this one's like tough, but at the same time, like not so tough. I'm gonna go Brendan Fraser, just because yeah, like he's just so dang entertaining. So yeah. Richie?
Look, I appreciate the Brendan Fraser love, but yeah, he should not go any further. It's Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, he should. He should go all the way to the final. No, I don't know about that, but yeah. Jacob?
Well, Richie, I think you're wrong. I think Brendan Fraser should move on. I'm going with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, damn it.
There you go. Austin?
McConaughey, man. McConaughey.
Oh.
And the tiebreaker goes to Richie. So, Richie, you can do the right thing.
Yeah.
Stuck it, Jacob. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. All right. Matthew McConaughey is moving on. All right.
I'll remember that, Richie.
Yep.
I feel a spite
Hashtag
vote
never
coming up
forget.
on a tiebreaker.
Yep. We got Brad Pitt going up.
Only if it's
Jim
not
Carrey.
an obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So,
All right, Richie.
Brad Pitt and Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, no, I recognize Brad Pitt is great, but Jim Carrey is just so rewatchable in my opinion. I'm going to go Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Austin?
Brad Pitt has done amazing work all of the last 25 years. I hardly find a bad movie. Brad Pitt.
Yeah. This one's tough because, like I think Jim Carrey is so rewatchable, though. But and like Brad Pitt, like there's not a lot of movies of his that I find myself going back to over and over again. Like movies are great, but like how many do I actually go back to and rewatch that often? So I think I got to go Jim Carrey. So
wow,
Jim Carrey.
I did not expect that.
Brad Pitt.
I didn't expect that either. Wow.
Yeah. I feel a sneeze coming on. Sorry, but we got Nick Cage go against Joel Edgerton. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. So yeah, and it is Jacob, right?
We're going to Jacob for Nick Cage versus Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, as much as I love Warrior, and I think it's a great movie. Again, Nick Cage. How could you not watch his stuff? Good or bad.
Good or bad. Yep. Austin.
Yeah, same reason. He's always fascinating to watch. Nick Cage.
Yeah. And for me, I love the crazier the Nick Cage, the better. Let's get crazy. And I love those Nick Cage crazy eyes and everything. So I gotta go with Nick Cage. Richie?
Screw you guys, Joel Edgerton.
Yeah.
Suck it, Richie.
Yeah. Revenge is the dish best served cold. All right. But moving on to the next round. Or the next side. Sorry.
That was an interesting first four.
We got Leonardo DiCaprio going up against Clint Eastwood. All right.
All right,
Is it awesome?
and I'm up first. Yeah, man, I love Clint, but goddamn, DiCaprio's on top of the world. He just doesn't do anything. He just doesn't do wrong, man. DiCaprio.
Yeah, like with DiCaprio, like kind of by a mile, but at the same time, like I do love me some Clint Eastwood, but I mean, if he's going up against anybody else, maybe, but yeah, DiCaprio. Richie?
Yeah, Leo.
Yeah. Jacob?
Just because I think Clint Eastwood is great and I don't think he deserves to be swept, I will give a pity vote
Sure, yeah.
to Clint
Love.
Eastwood.
Yeah. But we got Leo DiCaprio and moving on. He's a heavy favorite, so we'll see. But we got Robin Williams next going up against Kurt Russell. All right.
Kurt Russell. Oh, both in used cars.
Nice. So is it me first?
From way back in the day. Yeah, Jordan's up first.
This one's tough because, like, I don't know, like both of them for me on like a scale, like of how much I like them as an actor, they're both hovering right at about an 8 for me. So like they're not like my favorite actors, but they're up there though. So it's kind of like they're both kind of in the same spot. So this one's tough. Like probably, probably I got to go with Robin Williams. I think just by a fraction. So, Richie.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm going to go with Robin.
Yeah. Austin?
I'll be the lone vote for Kurt Russell.
All right. But Robin Williams it is. Moving on. All right. So
it's going to be such a hard matchup. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming, but we got Ewan McGregor up against Samuel Jackson. All right.
All right, Mace Windu versus Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Hey.
Who would win in a battle? So, who's
Richie.
up first? All right. Wait, did you vote? Did you say Samuel?
I said Samuel Jackson. I said Mace
Okay.
Windu.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. Sorry about that. I didn't hear you.
Sorry.
All right, Sam Jackson. Jacob?
Yeah, I'll go Obi-Wan. I'll go Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Austin?
I'm going Mace Windu.
Yeah. Hello there. I think I got to go with Obi-Wan. So we got ourselves a tie.
Oh, tie. It goes to Jacob.
Who'd you vote for, Richie?
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, suck it,
Oh,
Richie. Ewan McGregor is moving on.
Ewan McGregor, all right. Sounds about right. So,
But to be fair, that's who I voted for originally, so it's not really a suck it, Richie.
Not that much of a spite vote, right? But we have Tim Allen going up against Harrison Ford. All right.
Okay. All right, Jacob.
Let's get Han Solo versus Obi-Wan. I'm going to go with Harrison Ford here.
Yeah. Austin?
Harrison Ford. Tim Allen, you had your fun, but it's fucking Harrison Ford. Like, Harrison Ford.
Well, for whatever reason, I just have a lot of love for Tim Allen. Like, I'm a huge Tim Allen fan. Like, he really makes me laugh a lot. And he's freaking entertaining. So I got to go Tim Allen. So, Richie?
How the fuck did Tim Allen get this far? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Harrison Ford by a country mile.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Harrison Ford's moving on.
How exactly is a country mile different than a regular mile?
Because it just feels longer. Because there's like not
Yeah.
like it's like when you go in the country and there's like a house every mile. Like there's just no landmarks or anything or businesses.
Yeah.
That's why a country mile feels longer than a main street of with a ton of stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's just where that comes from.
Yeah.
Just feels like it takes longer.
Well, we have the Elite Eight, so write them down, Austin, if you want.
Yeah.
But,
I'm missing one. I forgot one. I've got Will Smith, Matthew McConaughey, Jim Carrey on this side. Who was the other one that I'm missing? We'll find out in a second. But
yeah, we'll find out. But we got Will Smith and
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey up first. So, all right. So, who's up first?
I'm up first. I'm
Okay.
sticking with Matthew
You go.
McConaughey, man. I'm riding the McConaughey's all the way through to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I think that I got to go with Matthew McConaughey this time. So yeah, Matthew McConaughey. Richie?
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I'm going to Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Jacob?
I'm gonna keep showing love to the Fresh Prince and Will Smith.
Yeah. Fair enough, but even so, Matthew McConaughey it is. So.
I'm not upset that McConaughey's moving on.
Yeah.
He's fucking. He makes rom-coms fun.
Yeah, right.
He's good.
He does.
He makes them watchable.
Like, I never watched the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days without Matthew McConaughey.
I watch it with him. Like, he's good. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He makes it watchable.
But we have Jim Carrey going up against.
Yeah. Who was I missing? Nick Cage. Okay, that's who I was missing.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's kind of tough.
Kick-Ass 1 versus Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Well, and also they did one movie together very, very early in their careers. Anybody remember what it was? Very, very 80s early.
I have no
80s.
idea.
That was one of those
Yeah,
weird,
it was
like Jim Carrey movies, probably.
No,
Peg. Go ahead, Richie. What you got?
Peggy Sue getting married or something.
Yeah, Peggy Sue got married.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Yep.
All right.
They're both like supporting characters in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Very, very early.
All right.
All right. So
Me
Jordan's
first?
up 1st. Mm-hmm.
Man, this one's tough because like even the bad Nick Cage movies are still fun to watch, but the bad Jim Carrey movies maybe not so much. But the thing is though that he just makes me laugh more than like anyone left on here. So, but I think I gotta go probably Nick Cage. I think just by a fraction. So, Richie.
Jim Carrey by a fraction.
Yeah. Jacob.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Austin.
Nick Cage by a hair.
Yeah. Well, we got another tie, so
Goes to
that's
me.
the tiebreaker.
Man,
you.
this is.
You gonna keep it or are you gonna switch it up?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm just fascinated by crazy Nick Cage, man. I love him, and he's
All right.
he's more high. He's more high with me right now with like Willy's Wonderland and Pig and like Princess of Ghostland and Mandy, like all this recent shit. Like Jim Carrey, took a break for a while. He's only done like Sonic and like he's kind of fallen off for a little while. And he's been a weirdo, being like, I'm not really Jim Carrey. I'm just like embodying Jim. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're Jim Carrey. Like, stop it. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. And then he did the weird HBO show. It was like a pseudo Mr. Rogers kind of weirdo.
And the thing about Man on the Moon, that documentary on Netflix, like really turned me off on him too. Like he was just a straight up asshole. He was a dick. Yeah.
Well,
he was like a real asshole in that.
Moving on the other side, though, we have Leo DiCaprio going up against Robin Williams. All right.
And
here we go.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Richie, you got to be first on this one.
It's getting tough.
Leo.
Yeah. Jacob?
Leo, he might be the best working today, but it's so hard for me personally to vote against Robin Williams. So I'm going to go with Robin Williams.
Yeah. Austin?
I love you, Robin, but Leo's my number one, so I got to stick with Leo.
Yeah, and when it comes to both of these, for me, there is a certain point, like at the very far point, but there's a certain point that Robin Williams does get a little grating to me sometimes, just like when he's so like all over the place and chaotic after like so long. I can watch him for a long time before what kind of gets to me, but it doesn't happen to me with Leo DiCaprio. So I got to go Leo. So
it's been real, Robin.
Yep.
Hey, he still makes the poll, so you can still give him love in the poll.
Yeah,
still making there. Mm-hmm.
Some love over there. But we have Ewan McGregor going up against Harrison Ford. Ooh, Han Solo versus Obi-Wan.
All right. Yeah. All right, Jacob.
I love Ewan McGregor. I'm going Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Austin?
Han Solo.
For me, I love the Obi-Wan character but as an overall actor, I got to go Harrison Ford. So, Richie,
Harrison Ford.
yep, Harrison Ford. It is. Moving on.
Harrison Ford.
If we weren't almost 3.5 hours, then I would tell you all why you're wrong.
Yeah, right.
But because we are, I won't.
You can tell us afterwards, maybe. but anyways, that's the end of that. So we at the final four. Is that where we're at?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. So,
oh man,
out here. Okay, the final four. Let me center it because it's something wonky as it tends to do from time to time. But we have Matthew McConaughey, we have Nick Cage, we have Leo DiCaprio, and Harrison Ford. So,
ooh, I know the final I want to see.
Yeah.
A little bit. So, all right, there we go. All right. So, who's up first?
I'm up first, man. Yeah, this is because McConaughey and Nick Cage are both two of mine. McConaughey's higher, man. Like I think that dude has he's been more consistent, so I'll say McConaughey.
Are these all yours, Austin? I think they might all be yours.
3 out of 4. Harrison Ford's not
Okay.
mine. Harrison Ford was somebody else's.
I think that was
yours, Richie?
That might be Malcolm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably, I think.
Well,
yeah.
McConaughey was number. Let me see. McConaughey is number 13. Nick Cage was 16. Leo's number 1 on mine. So, yeah.
We'll see who has the best taste. Apparently, Austin so far. You got the best taste of this group, yeah. But
That's how I felt for music.
yeah. But I gotta go with Nick Cage for me on this one. Richie?
McConaughey.
Yep. Jacob?
Yeah, I'm glad Nick Cage is in the final 4, but McConaughey.
Yeah. Well, McConaughey it is. So McConaughey moves on. All right. So we got Leo and Harrison. This is gonna be
Jordan.
That's me first.
Yeah.
This one's kind of easier for me. I gotta go Leo. So, Richie,
Leo.
yeah. Jacob,
Leo.
yeah. Austin,
Yeah, I got to stick with Leo. Harrison doesn't have the passion for it anymore, so it's Leo.
yeah, right. Yeah. So, Leo v. McConaughey. So, Wolf of Wall Street matchup for the finals.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was trying to think of what they've been together, and I think it's just Wolf of Wall Street. So, yeah.
So I think Richie is up first.
Yeah, Richie is the final one. Who's gonna be the king of Hollywood?
Two also very good looking dudes, by the way. Just
Yes,
Yeah.
very handsome gentleman.
Yep. Very.
makes me confused.
Yeah.
I will say, look, I love Matthew McConaughey, but I'm going to say Leo.
Yeah. Jacob?
Yeah, Leo. It's so hard to vote against him.
Yeah. Austin?
Yeah, I got to stick with my number 1 for the win, man. Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, I got to go Leo too, and I kind of figured that like he would pretty much march to the victory. Like I had a feeling that like he's going to be the like number 1 seed if we had seeds in this tournament. But yeah, so we have a grand champion of our favorite actors as a collective group is Leonardo DiCaprio. So that's it.
Well, it's funny.
Time someone's number 1 won.
Yeah, then maybe.
Yeah. Yep. We did under 4 hours. Yes, and under 3.5 hours. So like that's not too bad for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny, if you had asked people about 20 years ago, Leo DiCaprio wouldn't make anybody's list. He'd still be like the young pretty boy who had a stigma attached to him. So, and
yeah, right. What it is,
like around 2000, like he just had that stigma, and then like after Gangs in New York and like Catch Me If You Can, he started rolling, and like now he's like probably the top guy in Hollywood right now. Like dude makes good choices. I mean, he doesn't make bad movies. Everything he does is interesting.
No. Yeah, like everyone he works with is like a top filmmaker too. It's just like it's crazy. So, but
I want to see him make his H.H. Holmes movie that he's been talking about for forever.
What's that?
It's like H.H. Holmes was like the serial killer in Chicago, like back in the day, and they've been talking about it forever. Him and doing it with Scorsese. Like they haven't done it yet, but like I want him to do it because it'd be Leo with like a crazy thick mustache, like old timey Chicago mustache. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
What's that movie he's got coming out that's going to Netflix? There's some movie that's what
They have one. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Jonah Hill in it, and oh, who else?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Welcome. I don't know. It's not on his IMDb, so I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, that was a lot of fun, guys. So thanks again. So we'll have to do it again soon. I think our next tournament fights battles is going to be our favorite video games of all time. That's coming up in November. So
I'm on that one.
Yeah, you'll be on that one too. So yeah, we'll welcome you back, Richie. So, but anyways, though, yeah, we'll just go around the horn. You can let us know where we can find you. So
it's called Don't Look Up.
Don't Look Up. Yeah, it's got a great cast too. I'm looking at the cast: Timothy Chalamet, Jennifer Lawrence, Kate Blanchett, Meryl Streep. Yeah,
Netflix?
Melanie Linsky, Jonah Hill.
Yeah, I think Netflix bought it. It was one of those ones they made that it's just been kind of in limbo, and I think Netflix bought it. Yeah, it's directed by Adam McKay. Yeah,
and he wrote it. So yeah, I saw a clip of it, and it looks pretty interesting.
I'll watch anything Adam McKay does, so sure. Yeah. But Richie, where can we find you? Or do you have anything you want to promote?
I mean, like, you know, I do comedy around here, but it's Australia, so no one's probably. I don't know. On the off chance someone from Brisbane's watching, I'll be at Good Chat Comedy Club. I'll be at Good Chat Comedy Club October 20th. I'll be at Duke's at Surface Paradise on the 15th. So yeah. But other than that, like you'll see me here again for the video game one, and also the Malcolm Lay's favorite movies when that comes to. That should be a wacky. That should be wacky.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I can't. His is like Chris, Chris Scott, who was just on here. Like his taste is all over the place. So I'm interested to see what his 64 are, because it's going to be wacky all over the place, like crazy stuff. I'm sure, just like Chris's was. So I have no idea what's going to be on that list.
Yeah,
it makes it fun though when it's like that. But if Australia wasn't completely and totally locked down, I wouldn't consider coming to see one of your shows. But I think it's all locked down.
It's like where I am is not like locked down, but like it's like the borders aren't open. So I guess that's what I mean. yeah.
Do you ever like record any of your performances and like put them on YouTube or like a Facebook page or something at all?
I haven't. But I'm going to because I need to get for other promoters and stuff. So I'll probably do that maybe on the 20th. I'll try and record it. So
awesome! I'd love to see it. Yeah, please.
Yeah, same.
We'll put it in the friends and family page just to promote it. Like anybody who ever wants to promote anything personal, like just throw it out there. If you got a video.
Right.
Yeah. We're all huge stand-up comedy fans. We did a whole episode on it. So.
Man.
But,
awesome.
But yeah, Jacob, where can we find you? Since you're our pinch
around.
I'm around. I feel like since I stepped in for Malcolm, I feel like I need to promote his stuff. Like he does Rankum on Take 3.
I'll promote that in a minute. I'll promote it in a minute for a reason.
He does Full Metal Classic and Full Metal Random, so sign up for those. And as for me, I'm around.
He had like a late night one, like After Dark or something.
Oh yeah, late night with Take 3. That's on Sundays if you're interested.
Yeah. I should have probably mentioned that I'm on Rankum tomorrow. That's probably a big thing.
No, you know what's funny? No, here's the thing. All three of us are on Rankum tomorrow. Me, you, and Jordan are all on Rankum tomorrow night. So if you want to see more of us, all three of us are on for 90s horror.
Decade of 90s? Ooh.
90s, yeah. Which, I mean, and again, it's pretty recent for us because Jordan and I just did, we just did Tier Ranker 90s, not long ago. So that would be, pretty fresh in our brains. So watch a lot of stuff for that. But yeah, no, all three of us are on Rankum tomorrow night. So if you want to see us, watch Rankum tomorrow night. We'll be on talking 90s horror.
And since I stepped in for Malcolm, it's like the entire panel's here.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Entire
All right,
panel
let's.
here,
All right,
we got
guys.
Malcolm here.
90s horror. Let's start talking 90s
right.
horror. Here, welcome to Rank
All
'em,
right.
and
Yeah.
and so Scream and Silence of the Lambs and
Yeah, right.
what's your 12?
Got my
We'll just go ahead and rank
whiteboard
them right
ready
now.
here. All right. Okay.
We'll rank them right now. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Nightmare
Yeah,
Before
let's
Christmas.
rank
That
it.
horror.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right,
It is a
Malcolm, you
great
don't have to do it tomorrow night. We did it in 10 seconds. We said Silence of the Lambs and Scream, and we went through them all, and we're good.
Yeah.
So we don't have to do a show
Yeah.
tomorrow.
They're all on there. Yeah. But yeah, like a couple of the episodes that we have coming up though. So coming up this Tuesday, we're going to be doing best comedies of the 2000s. So it's going to be an absolutely stacked one. We've already kind of talked a little bit about it on here, but yeah, we're going to be having, if I can find where I can put the.
That's going to be a tough one too.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
so, yeah.
we it's like we thought that like 90s was going to be tough, like as far as comedies go and things like that. But like when I started putting together the rough draft of this list, and I was like, holy shit! Like the 2000s, like 2000 to 2009, is incredibly stacked
crazy.
with like a lot of S tier like great comedies, and this is going to be really really tough. Like Loki might be one of our toughest episodes we've ever done. Like seriously.
Yeah, so like Austin gave me the rough draft, and then afterwards I thought of like 10 more that like should be on the list, and I'm like, shoot, like I need to go off and go back and like shave some of these off. We can't, but like
it's gonna be like 90 movies on the chart. It's gonna be ridiculous.
We're like, yeah,
And all of them
like,
deserve to be there.
overwhelm people.
Like is there like they're all good. Like I couldn't find a lot of like bad movies. Like there's a lot of good shit. Like, and a lot of them that are at least bare minimum, they're like B plus or A movies, and then a lot of like S level movies. Like there's a lot of really good stuff, like from the 2000s.
Yeah, the good thing is though, is that like out of that many movies, we've like pretty much seen them all, so that's kind of nice.
I didn't have to prep anything. I've seen all of them, which is nice.
Yeah, like there's a couple that I hadn't seen before. Like I just watched Sideways for the first time. That was actually pretty good. Like,
Right, maybe.
I got surprised. So yeah, and then I started watching In Bruges. Watch like the first like 20 minutes of it, so I got to finish that one. But like other than that, that's pretty much everything. So for me, so but before the episode though, we're gonna have Christy V on. We're gonna have Anthony Tisdall, so that's gonna be husband and wife there. Then we're also gonna have Malcolm on there, and then we're gonna have Nick Harley from the Schmodown too. So that should be a fun time. And then a week from today, we're gonna be doing best movies with a serial killer. So. And that movie could include a lot of non-horror movies too. So like you're gonna see a lot of things that like maybe not be the first thing that might come to mind on that list. So you got that. Then the Tuesday after, we're gonna be doing Malcolm's Top 64, like we already mentioned. So we're looking forward to that one. And then just a couple other ones where we have best supernatural horror movies coming up. And then the last Tuesday of October, we're gonna be doing our horror championship. So we're going to take every decade from all of our decade of horror shows that we've done. We're going to put them in a tier ranker fight, and we're going to have them battle it out for the best of all time. So yeah, we got those coming up. And then also for anyone who might be a basketball fan, we got a best basketball movies of all time coming up the Friday before Halloween too. So like Jacob, and if you're interested, you could join us for that, or just whoever. So yeah. So that's pretty much what we have going on. And then you can find the poll tomorrow over in the Schmodown friends and family group. So you can come let us know if you got it right, if we missed your favorite actors, if we had some like crazy omissions or anything like that. So, and then also too, give us a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. We're making a big push to get as many subscribers as we can on our slow, steady crawl to get monetized here. So it's a slow and steady pace. YouTube doesn't make it easy, but we're getting there slowly. But yeah, that's pretty much where we can find us. Oh, and also on all the social medias, you can find us at Movie Hero 2121 on like Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. And then also too, Chris wanted me to. I was gonna see if I even have it here. Yeah. Let me put up his stuff they can never seem to remember. But you can find us at like all these different things. So the pretty much all of our social media handles there. So yeah, but this has been a fun time. So that'll do it for this week. So for Richie, for Malcolm, for Jacob, for Austin, for Chris, I've been Jordan, Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you guys next time.